Yeah, if I meet the theme of Valentine's, then I mean they're gonna limit it to those colors, but when I make it, I guess, love, people could just be matching, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be like more like a couples fashion type beat.
Yeah. Also, can the stream hear Flurp alright? Should I turn him up or down?
I'm like kind of leaning into my mic, trying to make sure that I come through.
Turn up? Okay.
Hello, test, test, test.
Turn him all the way down?
Turn me all the way down.
Alright, let's see. This is at 140%. Alright, talk.
Test, test, test. Hello, Fashion Frame.
Sounds good.
Hi.
Okay, nice.
Sweet. I can also scream or, like, if needed. You scream really loud.
Were you still interested in entering Slay? Okay. We should probably judge Floof and IceSherbit ahead of time and get this filming. And then start the actual contest in 30 more minutes? Because they have to leave early. I did say that they're allowed to be judged. Just because, you know, Sherbet is regular, they're trusted. So we just ask that people clear the stage, those who aren't being judged. I will turn off my overlay for now. Get into decorators mode. Is it too late to join? No. We're just judging these two ahead of time because one of them has to leave for work, was it? Let me see. Alright. Let me get my paper boat. This is gonna be a little bit scuffed, but let me get this one. Pick it up. God. What's up, Zape? I just use these to make sure I have a clear view. Alright, clear view for you guys. Oh, crap, what is this image? My bad, guys, there's hearts everywhere. I
thought that was intentional.
No, I was testing something. Alright. Can we turn music off? Sure. Alright, there you go.
So real quick regarding the sheet. So if we're judging the fashions kind of like individually, or are we kind of like judging them how well they work together since it's like a couple fashion?
We should probably come to an agreement on something like this. I
don't know if you want to have like 3 separate scores or like individually and then together.
I think individual should be considered, but cohesiveness as a duo should, you know, be brownie points.
Yeah. All right, that's fair.
So I think someone's fashion could, like, you know, ruin the others, but that's gonna that's just their average. Emer, I think you have invite. If you can invite Masterslay, I'll put them in the document too. Masterslay, what is your platform, by the way? Of course, I don't wanna have full authority over like how you judge this. I mean, do you agree that we should do it that way? Because otherwise, there's gonna be way too many scores or something.
Right. So I guess in my mind, since it's like since it's a duo fashion contest, I feel like if they like coordinated their fashion together,
Mm-hmm.
that should be kind of like recognized, or I guess at least factor in.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're judging them individually, then like yeah, the fashions could like individually both be really good, but then if they don't look cohesive together, maybe that kind of missed the prompt. But I'm not sure how you feel about that.
Yeah, the prompt is loved, but
Right.
mm,
Yeah, right. So if it's like if it's like meant to be like a duo type thing, then maybe that should factor in. But I'm also totally cool with having it just be like judged individually and have it just be two frames that end up entering together.
I think it should be considered if they look good on their own, but
Yeah, I totally agree.
but I do think that it could, if it looks too out of place with the other one, like maybe deduct overall points.
Right. Do you want to have like at least like one more section just for like cohesiveness? Like it could be individual scores for like each one, and then the individual cohesiveness score would like factor in.
Yeah, and we
Like
could
after
have that effect. So people could score really high for the individual fashion, but the pricing would be different. So we could probably give feedback on the individual fashion, but if we want like the first place to be something like super cohesive together, like we could decide on that.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds fair.
We're probably not going to be using the sheet much. It's just for calculations is what the sheet is used for.
Oh, gotcha.
You
Yeah,
and Afoxinthewoods are together? Okay. Is Masterslay in the dojo? Okay, I wanna start judging these two like right away and then go back to waiting for 20 minutes because this person has to leave. Okay. So right now we have IceSherbit and TheFloofy. We're judging ahead of time because Floofy has to leave. I believe IceSherbit is the Wisp and Floofy is the Limbo. Where's my boat? Did I drop my boat?
Oh, Amer just says he's not ready. Yeah, he has to
he's not
fix
ready.
the sheet.
Okay. I need to get my boot anyway.
Gotcha. So just so I know, so are the scores something that we like talk about internally, or we just give feedback?
The feedback
voice?
The feedback is gonna be public, but the scores will be internal. Like
Gotcha.
type in the
Perfect.
window.
Awesome. Perfect.
I'm probably gonna move my Discord over.
Very thankful to have two screens right now.
Yes, me too. Okay. So, do you want to give feedback first or just decide the scores? Actually, you could just do that whenever, you know?
Yeah, the scores can be whatever, right?
Yeah. Out of 10.
Gotcha. Okay. Why don't you do it first so I kind of get like an idea of the cadence.
Okay, so we have a Wisp and a Limbo. It seems like this Limbo has, what is this, copper yellow, black, gray color scheme, and the Wisp has like a very light gold, brown, and white with this is like blue and pink emissives energy, right? Looks like heartwood attachments for the shoulders, no chest piece. They're both using the same attachments on the shoulders. What would I say? The Shazin, I don't know if that's intentional. Is that supposed to be intentional?
It's impaling him, so maybe not. I'm not sure. It's kind of neat that it's showing up. But
yeah, it is neat that it's showing up. It's not intentional. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with the Shazin, so I'm gonna try to... You don't see it on the film? Okay, apparently Emer doesn't see it.
Perfect. Impaling Shazin is for our eyes only, so all good.
What I do like about the Limbo... Ooh. Oh, they're doing a heart.
Oh, nice.
What I do like is that it seems like the dark color is like inverted for them. Like this one, the Wisp has a light color as the base, and the Limbo has a dark color as the base. But it looks like they're matching. To me, it does.
Right.
But it's just like... the metallics. The metallics are different shades.
I like how both of them are kind of more subdued. I tend to like more subdued kind of color schemes a lot. The fact that the energy is used as a way to add kind of vibrancy to it, to contrast the super kind of more desaturated kind of look of the skin itself. I like that. I think as far as like color cohesion goes, like to me, it doesn't 100% look like they are like a couple. They both have hats though, which I do like that a lot.
Yeah, they do have hats. They do.
I feel like that was intentional.
They have shoulder attachments that match. It looks like they're not using leg attachments, or this one has a... Let me see.
It's like while the colors themselves might not be like 100% like matching, I think that's fine because the theming is on point. Because it's like a magician and a witch. Like a magical couple.
Both using they're both using bright energies, bright emissive. Yeah. That's what I like. I think the Limbo's shade of yellow that they picked, it's like it sticks out a lot. Maybe you could tune it down just a tiny bit.
It also has palette. Yeah, it's like it has a thing going on where certain emissives will show up as like kind of different colors on different parts. Like in the eye area, it looks, and the I guess the coattails, it looks, you can see like the dual emissives a lot more.
Yeah.
But the I think my cat just knocked something over. But on the hat rim and the I guess the prime details, it's a bit more solid color, which is unfortunate, but that's just how the game is sometimes.
Yeah. I'm kind of a big fan of how there's like some orange that shows up over here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think it I think it sort of goes with the Limbo's orange, like sort of. It's like a lighter version of it.
Blue and orange emissives are a really great choice, and especially to contrast the more desaturated colors on the skin. Good stuff. I do appreciate these fashions in isolation. I just really like both of them, and they do work together.
I think the copper tone in the Limbo, it does stick out from the dark base. Like there's a such thing as the copper tone being too dark and it just turns it muddy, or it being too bright so it like hurts the eyes. But I like that the hat is just like just taking up most of the attention. For the Wisp, the shade of gold, it's not many people use it in the contests. Like some people use very saturated versions.
Right.
But I really like how it looks next to that shade of dark brown. I think it looks really pretty.
Yeah, it's really classy.
Yeah, it's really classy, and usually people would opt to, I guess, choose a shade of gold metallic that's more warmer. So I do like that it's more towards like the yellow side of gold instead of like a very, very warm, like a very warm color. It's
Right.
it's like a cooler tone,
Mm-hmm.
like more yellow like more yellow and green base than otherwise.
I also appreciate the restraint of like not putting a whole bunch of attachments on Wisp, because I think a lot of people tend to do that, and she doesn't. Not a lot of attachments look good on her, but this is handled really well.
Yeah, I do like she did not put leg attachments, and I do like that she left the chest bear too.
Mm-hmm.
So, shoulder piece looks good. I think the shoulder piece looks good with the two skins, like just personally.
Yeah.
It doesn't look too bulky, and it doesn't like get in the way of the overall silhouette.
No, it totally meshes well. I honestly barely noticed that Wisp had shoulder attachments. It just looks so natural as part of it.
Yeah, to me that's extra points that the
Yeah, for sure.
attachments don't bulk up. Let
Yeah.
me see. Do they have Cyandonas? Yeah.
Yeah,
They
Wisp
do.
has the Mithra.
Yeah.
Oh, both of them have
Yeah.
Mithra. Nice.
Yeah,
Sweet.
it's a bit interesting because I barely noticed the Mithra on the limbo.
Yeah, same.
I
didn't even
feel
notice.
like there should be like a slightly different shade. Like I get that it's a bit darker than the Wisp is. Like they're made to be in like the same color family. It's like purple, like
Yeah, it's
purple and
kinda...
blue, but I don't think it matches the rest of the fashion.
Yeah, not the rest of the limbo anyway. I
Yeah.
feel like it like if it that color might match Wisp itself. So maybe that was the point. But
Yeah,
like as far as limbo and isolation, it's kind of out of left field.
yeah, I don't think I would subtract too much for that because
Yeah, like I barely noticed it.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it still looks nice because I don't know that shade of purple. It looks a little bit grayish in tone, so it's very subtle. It's not too distracting. It's not too obviously purple, but it does have a bit of a purple shade to it. But good thing purple goes really well with gray.
Yep.
So not too much of a negative. I'm gonna start thinking of how to score these two, I guess. Well, Aimer Films. I don't know if my chat agrees with all this feedback, but I hope there's like some use to it. Like the metallics. I'm just a fan of the metallics that they used. You filmed all of it already? Okay.
Yeah, I think a big takeaway is to kind of maybe have a bit of restraint sometimes when it comes to attachments and color selection, because the more subdued you are, sometimes that's more impactful than filling every single slot or making colors really saturated.
I don't know, this combination over here with like missives and energy, it's just so beautiful on the Wisp.
Yeah, totally agree.
And the yellow and orange for the limbo, it just works out.
Dual emissives in general really kind of can be hard to make work, but they chose really good colors for them.
All right, let's see. So you could be pretty vague about like the scores. Just don't give out the actual scores.
Oh, you want me to like say, or kind of be vague publicly about the scores? When I talk about it, or
just like if you want to like make notes like, oh, I would score the other frame higher here, or this one is
okay.
Like feel free to make comments like that. It's not necessary.
Gotcha. I think to me, overall, I think if I'm not counting the Cyandana, the Limbo is probably a little bit. I like the Limbo a bit more than the Wisp. But if I am counting the Syandana being kind of not as cohesive as the rest of him, I think they're maybe. I think the Wisp is a little bit better. I like how the emissives work on Wisp more than on the Limbo, but that is also more the fault of, I guess, the the game and the way the cosmetics handle it.
Yeah, I like how they both include a shade of light gray. I think
Yeah.
it's bringing it together, and a dark color. It's like light gray and a dark color. Although, see the Limbo's dark color is like more of a neutral. It's like a neutral color. It's like close to black. I don't know if it is black. It's like a soft black, but the Wisp is like it's like brown. It's brown.
I think there are like subtle aspects of both of them that make them kind of cohesive. I think in terms of the colors themselves, I think those probably could have been coordinated a bit better. Like they don't have to be exactly the same, obviously, but I think maybe certain colors could have been either matched up or designed to contrast in a more obvious way. Because if I didn't know that this was a couples fashion contest, I'm not sure I would be able to pinpoint that these were themed together or like a couple.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. So I think that's my thought on that. But individually, both fashions are super solid, and I like both of them a lot.
I'll just score it like right over here. Let me see. I like how there's like silver. It's like silver and gold. There's like some duotone going on in the helmet for the Wisp. That's what made me like the Wisp fashion a lot.
I think the metallic really holds it all together, really, because it's
just a nice shade.
Yeah, it's just a good shade of pale, metallic. That isn't quite silver, but it like isn't like an oversaturated gold. It's very very tasteful, very nice.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Cohesion. I just have to score cohesion next. Okay, I actually agree with that. So my scores are like slightly... Okay. That's what I scored. But I might change later, like, in, like, relation to the rest of the entries. But for now, let me take a screenshot of this. I'll take a screenshot of this just so we could have a refresher in the chat. I think it would be a lot easier. This is like one of the things I decided like last contest. Like I should probably be taking screenshots.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Because I'm gonna forget the entries. What did chat think about these two fashions? Try not to be too fiddle, but... Hello, Hydro, by the way. Antrebic needs an invite. This isn't judging right away. We just have to judge these two before they leave. One person has to leave. Alright, I'll send this to the group chat. Just as a refresher. Okay. Thank you for entering, Floof and Sherbet. I don't want to hold them hostage, so I know the Limbo has to leave soon. But we did record the scores. What's up, NightmareFrame? We're just judging this group entry ahead of time, but we still have I guess like less than 10 minutes before we start judging the entire contest.
Like 6 minutes if we start exactly at 1.
Yeah, 6 minutes. So if anyone needs an invite to the dojo, feel free to let us know. What's up, Shadow Midnight? Man, it's been such a long time since I judged a fashion contest, but I'm not really used to giving my feedback in public. But since this is a one entry set contest, it's not going to really impact the rest of the fashions. Hello, Volt. Thank you for entering, Floofy, and thank you for your gift sub to Sherbet. I did enjoy both of the fashions, though, in different ways.
Yeah, both of them were awesome.
I like copper as a metallic, like a lot. What's up, Spicy? Yeah, both fashions were really nice. I feel like both of them would, you know, photograph pretty well under different settings.
Oh, totally.
Which, in my head, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I usually don't see more, I guess, subdued or desaturated fashions like this, in the game itself.
Yeah, in the
game.
No.
Usually it's
that's a Captura thing too.
Yeah, for sure. These are refined. They are elegant.
Yeah, usually people up the saturation, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But
it doesn't have to be. But
IceSherbit has a lot of IceSherbit. They have a lot of experience in these contests. So they might be familiar with the way that I judge things, but it's a good thing. That's why entering a lot of times like gives you an advantage because you know how to score. But they've won before, actually.
That is not surprising.
Yeah, I believe that IceSherbit placed in last year's Valentine's contest. And I learned a lot from last year's Valentine's contest because I learned not to make it Valentine's or else you'd be flooded with red, pink, and white entries.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But it is an event for Valentine's. It's a belated event. What's up, Medusa Captures?
Hey, Lynn.
Yeah, thank you. If you want to enter, there's still time. I've been seeing a lot of Captura artists in chat already, like Nighty followed, Tibetan Sun, Cinder, Cold Scar. Now
the squad rolled up.
Yeah, the squad rolled up. It's kind of scuffed, but you know, I'm practicing for something else. You know, I'm practicing. I'm practicing my live feedback.
Me too. This is actually this is the first time I'm.
This is the first time I'm doing live feedback. In 2 years of running these contests, this is the first time I've done it live.
That's kind of crazy, but it's also kind of cool, right? It's like,
yeah, I'm used to
do it again if you want.
I'm used to just scoring the entries and not explaining my thought process. So just explaining it on stream is pretty. It's pretty nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it can be.
I didn't know what to say at first. I was just like, oh, I like this, and this. It's so hard to not sound like a 5-year-old. I like this. High psychedelic.
I put it in your court to start out because I thought you actually had done that before.
No,
and then when there was like a pause, I was like, oh no.
I was just like, oh, what do I say?
Okay, good. No, we're both in the same same mindset then.
Yeah, first time.
Thanks, Cold Scar.
Archezares, you're nearly ready. How to enter? You just post your name in chat and we'll invite you. Invite you to the dojo. When we call you guys up, we'll give you some time to get on stage.
But yeah, in general, I see a lot of people go, oh, what would you rate this fashion out of 10? Like in Discord servers and or elsewhere. And I've never been a fan of just giving a number when it comes to stuff like that, because fashion is so subjective and there are so many things that go into what makes a fashion like good, quote unquote. So I feel like you're better off asking for like more specific feedback and getting kind of opinions like that, just so you could judge for yourself what to incorporate. Because if someone tells you, oh, this fashion is a 3 out of 10, like, all right, well, that's a number. What do you do with that? But if they tell you, oh, that gold is a bit too saturated, if you desaturate it, it would match the rest of the colors. That's something actionable you can actually use.
Yeah,
so.
And feel free to I guess disagree with like my feedback, because I have a second judge for a reason. Like I don't want to be solely my vision. So usually when I invite people, I invite people with different tastes.
Yeah, you can totally disagree with her feedback, but you can't disagree with mine, and that's and those are the rules.
All fashion is 7 out of 10. I mean, that's like a median. That's like a good median score. It's like it's not bad, but it's not too good.
Some fashion is a high 7, and some is a low 7, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, detailed feedback is pretty important.
Totally agree.
That's how you got your Orican XL last show? You got a lot of people's advice? Yeah. Fox in the Woods is a lower MR player. They've been entering fashion contests. So anyone in chat who's like, oh, I'm too low MR, it's like, I don't have attachments. Like, don't be discouraged. Ideally, we just want people to, I guess, improve? Improve, I guess?
Improve, have fun, kind of like enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. It's I always find it funny when people like just start Warframe and their first thing that they want to do is do fashion. Like that's kind of awesome how the customization kind of captures people, because there's just a lot you can do with it. But at the same time, a lot of fashion can feel kind of pay to win in some ways. It's like you can feel overwhelmed with all of the Tenogen skins and the deluxe skins and the color palettes. Everything costs platinum or real world money. It's if you're on PC, and yeah, it can feel kind of overwhelming to start out.
I think it's definitely possible to enter these contests using free-to-play, though.
Totally.
Like, being free-to-play. Like, usually I give out examples of free-to-play fashions beforehand to use as an example, using only free palettes, but I didn't do it for this contest because I forgot. You hold these monthly. What's up, Barnets? Alright, you're ready? Are you entering? By any chance? Have I used the new weapons? No, I haven't. I did receive new weapons, but I did not level them.
I tossed them onto my loadouts and didn't use them, let them level, and then I put them away. I haven't actually used them yet.
You want to? Okay, we could invite you, but just keep in mind this is a duo contest, so if you don't have a partner for this contest, you have to pose with your drifter or operator. Which I'm sure everyone has like their operator drifter fashion, at least a little bit, but Barnez? Okay. I'll try to remember. Excuse me. Okay, so I think we'll be starting the actual event in a little bit after we get Barnez down. Can you join us, our team? Yeah, you could join, Hydro. Sorry, I didn't get to acknowledge you earlier. We were in the middle of judging. There is a theme. It's called Love. And you have to enter with a partner, or if you don't have a partner, you enter with your drifter or operator. Usually we try to stay flexible with like accepting entries. Flurp, I think you've seen in previous contests.
Right.
Alright, let's get you down. Are you entering with someone else? I assume not, so I'm gonna assume you're a single entry. Just make sure you get your operator and drifter ready for when we call you up. And I'm able to provide prizes right away to PC winners, but for console winners, I usually submit their name in the form for DE. Also, I just noticed I need to fix this. It's supposed to say 2 years of contests, but it is okay. We could just leave it.
1 year of fashion.
Yeah, it's supposed to say 2. Today is supposed to be the 2nd anniversary.
That's awesome. That is So cool. I was thinking about it. Like I've only been doing like my fashion or I guess Captura tournament things for like this is the third month. I was just thinking like how does Depths do it like for 2 years? That's awesome.
Wait, I thought you had Capture contest before. I remember looking in your Discord server and there's like stuff from last year.
I think there was something with Vash where we kind of had like giveaways, or you know there was like a contest type thing that swapped between his server and my server, but it stopped really fast, and it wasn't like a tournament structure or anything.
Where
It was
did
like a
my
more
boat go? Okay,
traditional contest.
by the way, guys, I have to plug this in. Our other judge, PurpleFlurp, is hosting a Capture contest. If you want to plug in your Discord server Flurp in chat,
Sure.
I do have your card linked in my Discord server, but if you want to post it again, if you guys want to enter a Captura contest, there's that as well. It's 1,000 plat for his prize pool, I think.
Yeah, you get 500 for first place, and then the rest are you know less. But yeah, it's all sponsored by D as well, so you'll.
Yeah. And Flurp is holding that. If you guys don't want to make like a runway event and you just want to submit a picture instead, I would highly recommend entering that because they do give detailed feedback. Yes, detailed feedback, and there's also a stream portion of it where I think we're supposed.
Yeah, so we're gonna end up doing a stream at the end of the tournament just to kind of give people feedback in real time. Before I was kind of like writing it all out and sending it via email, and and we've gotten more people entering as the tournament has gone on, so it's kind of been unmanageable after a while. But I think this'll help a lot.
I think I messed up the runway. It's okay. It's not that noticeable. This thing is just higher than the rest. It's
Someone's
fine.
gonna trip.
What's up, Aeromax? Yeah, love is the theme. We didn't want to make it Valentine's. You weren't here earlier. So we didn't want you guys to be limited to red, pink, and white. So...
Yeah, good call.
You've been wanting to get better at Captura? Well, you should enter Flurp's contest too, then.
Yeah, and if you ever need help, we have a Captura help channel in the server. And if you have any questions at all or want to like workshop a shot, then people are always available to help you out and give you tips.
Yeah, I learned a lot just from lurking.
Cold Scar, you should hold a video contest.
Yeah, all three people will enter it.
We'll have the Holy Trinity. You'll have Depths doing the fashion, I'll do the Captura, and then you can do the video.
The video edit.
Contest.
Yeah, these contests are like mostly, yeah, it's about in-game fashion. So, where is the second entry? We didn't start yet because we're still inviting people. Do we have Barnez and Hydromaniac in the dojo, by the way? Because, okay, we're about to call up Liger and Noellebot next. You're backstage? Okay, you'll give it a shot. Any video? Okay, so Barnez is here. Hydromaniac, are you here? Because if Hydromaniac is here, then we could resume. Just to make sure that they're getting it. It says he's not online. Maybe... Okay, I'll just keep his name on the list, and if he's not here... then... we could just take it off. You need a second? Okay. In the meantime, Liger and Noel, you should get ready to go upstage. Man, this is pretty nerve-wracking, cause yeah. I'm so used to judging Liger and Noellebot without giving live feedback. You go now, you're gonna go soon. You could join with Masterslay. Yeah, apparently some people are grouping up too. What's up, Cactus?
I think it's important to understand that as long as the people who enter know that they're going to get feedback, then it's like, oh well, you signed up for this, then you can be honest. Obviously, not like brutal or anything. Gotta have tact, but
yeah, we try not to be too brutal, because a lot of the entrants they're new entrants.
Yeah, constructive feedback only. The theme is love.
Yeah, love. What is this? I don't think I have this. Is this from the recent event?
Can't wait for me to leave you bloody on the floor. Yeah, I talk about not being brutal, but you know, when push comes to shove, if you use Vitala, I'm going to destroy you.
You don't like Vitala?
I don't like Vitala at all. There's actually an emote in my server where called No Vitala that just has the Vitala shoulder with a.
You don't like Vitala Prime?
Vitala Prime actually is good. I was actually upset that it was so good because I had spent so long hating on normal Vitala that I was so ready to despise the Prime version, but then it came out and it was good and I was like, damn.
I may or may not have a fashion with Vitala.
That a lot of people do, and I understand that it's not something everyone agrees with, but it is an opinion that I hold.
You're gonna get DM'd a big 0. Hopefully you guys will be happy with just knowing the feedback but not knowing the score. I don't want to give out the scores this time.
That's totally, yeah, I think that is less important than the actual
feedback. I want you guys to focus on the feedback.
Yeah, actionable action items, stuff you can actually use.
You even have Vitala?
That is beautiful. That I feel like my account is worse for having Vitala in it.
Okay, I feel how you do about Vitala about Rapala.
Well, that's crazy because it's amazing cosmetic. When you need a cape, you gotta have a cape, and it's the best cape, son.
I mean, I'm getting more open to to Rapala, but
you like knights. You like knight fashion. How can you hate Rapala?
Because everyone has it. It's like generic.
You can't think like that. It's like.
I mean, yeah, I'm being more open to it, but that's only because of Captura artists. It's not because of fashion framers. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's a classic, but everyone uses it.
Because it's good.
Yeah, but yeah, but I don't know, man. I've just been doing fashion frame for a while, and we do make a distinction between fashion frame and Captura stuff, and you know, I think Captura artists make Rapala look good.
I think in missions it covers it can cover too much of the screen. I've definitely I use it on my Oberon, and when I'm hopping around I can't see anything. I'm just kind of firing blind.
In game wise, Rapala, sometimes people just don't color it right. I think that's the problem. Most people who tend to use Rapala don't make it like cohesive with their frame.
You can't just, that is one like downside of it. If you just copy the colors directly, it won't end up looking amazing because you kind of have to go in and swap some of the channels around.
Mm-hmm.
I think a really cool trick with Rapala is making sure that the cape color itself is like a unique color from the main frame. Like a lot of people obviously make it red, and even though there's no actual red on their main Warframe, but you can play a lot with that, and it ends up looking good. I will convert you. I will convert you to a Rapala user.
Can I put my points down? We're putting our points down in the group chat first because we're weighing it down with cohesiveness as well. But there is no option to put free free fields, so it's easier to just do it this way, and then we'll look at the scores again at the end of this. Would it be wise to us love theme? Like, would it give more points in normal fashion? If you do normal fashion, I mean,
you're not on theme.
Yeah, I mean, theme has to be important, and it does not have to be red, pink, and white. It could be different colors. At this point, you should just like try to match with your operator or drifter.
I think Yumi's paw job is referring to the Crucius helmet, which is, like, people also say is overused, but it is also amazing and should be used.
Yeah, I mean, that is the Rapala of helmets.
It's so good. A matte cape.
Okay, so sorry you're taking so long. It's fine. We'll have the people inviting to dojo take care of that. We should probably start judging the next one. Do you guys wanna? Okay, Liger and Yumi, please come to the front. I feel like, yeah, we should start judging. There's no bad horror skin. I feel that way too. I think
the infested one looks like it's missing some textures, which is unfortunate because I do like the overall design of it, but the textures just look like Play-Doh to me.
Oh crap. Alright, it looks like we have a Urelli and a Hydroid Deluxe.
Ooh.
Okay, so let's take a look at the back for both. This is a mastery sigil up in front for the Urelli, noting that. For this one, it's the...
That's the
community?
Conqueror. That's the first one.
Yeah. If you're alone, can you join? Yes. Okay. I'm taking a good look before I think about what to say. I want to say.
That is totally fair.
Okay, I think I'm gonna start with saying that the Hydroid, I think the Hydroid is pretty well done. The pink might be a little bit too bright. Like there's a way to get a pink, like a pink on this ephemeral, while like what do you think about it? Because the rest of the frame is, it looks like rose petals to me, like these colors.
I think the darker pink is a good shade.
It looks like a rose. It actually looks like a rose. I love it for that reason. Like there's a dusty rose color over here too. And there's like top. It's like a top. Is that how you pronounce it? Top? Taupe? Top taupe. On his body.
Which part of him?
It's like his abdomen. It's like his, like this really light color. You see the one that looks close to light gray. There's actually sort of a pinkish tone to it.
Oh yeah. That's a good tone for sure. I think I'm kind of conflicted on the ephemera. I think it the fact that it's clipping with the jacket, I'm not a huge fan of that. It's more in the back. I like how it kind of falls across the chest, but everywhere else I kind of could do without it.
Yeah, the front of it is the front of it looks nice, but the way that it interacts with the animation set,
Yeah. Also, I think the color of it is a bit too. It's a bit too different
Yeah,
than the emissives, so it's kind of throwing me off. I don't know if that's the default color for the Conquera ephemera or if it's been altered. I know the default is pink, so maybe it was just left default. Actually, I'm not sure if you can change the color of that one.
no, you can.
Okay.
You can.
Um.
I think it would be better if they use like a more peach tone to go with the rest of the colors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of a hot pink.
Yeah, it could have been lighter for sure.
Lighter and a bit more towards orange would probably bring it together, because there's like this dark pink. Man, it just looks so much like I really love that.
Yeah, it's a good shade.
I think it would really bring it together if there was like a pink with an orange tone to it. That would really improve the frame, in my opinion. But the rest of the colors, it's super nice.
I think the sigil on the front is it's tiny, and it's like it's nested in between like kind of curves that make it make sense.
Yeah, it makes sense to be there. I like that.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah. I don't mind it.
I think the other part of this is like it's like mixed in with white, so it's like hot pink and white. I'm not sure if I prefer the white being there or like I think they use a very, very light pink and mixed it with the dark one.
Yeah, I think in general, if you're going to be using dual emissives, using like a dark and they're around the same color shade, having one be darker than the other kind of has a really nice effect because you can see the dark like within the light, and I think that's what's going on here. So I do like that, and I like that color more than I like the hot pink on the ephemera. Honestly, probably could have just done without the ephemera. I think I'm getting hung up on the how it clips with everything.
Yeah, I agree.
But overall, for a fashion that is pretty much just pink, it's using a lot of different shades of pink to kind of create a coherent fashion that's more like kind of monotone.
I think it's really easy to make the skin look dirty, I guess, because it's so matte. But it just looks like petal texture. That's amazing. Moving on to the Urelli. Looks like there's purple and pink here. The purple sticks out a bit. I would have liked if the emissives went from light green to, I guess, purple to go with this ephemera. Like, do you agree there? Like the green.
The thing, she probably has her emissives are not very prominent at all.
Yeah,
they're kind of just like
I think
dots.
I think maybe they chose green because it's like the colors of a rose, right? Like the stem is green. That's what I would guess, but otherwise, I'm not sure about it. It's a very bright green.
At the same time, like I understand why I guess they would want to have the purple there just kind of to offset the rest of the body, because the body is kind of just mostly pink.
Mm-hmm.
And if the ephemera were 100% pink as well, it might look too monotone. But if that was the case, I think maybe incorporating that kind of shade of purple into other aspects of the skin, the frame proper, probably would have made it complement the overall fashion a lot more.
I think they could do without the mastery sigil up front.
Oh, absolutely.
The orange sticks out a bit. It's really hard to color this because it will always have an orange and yellow bias to it.
It used to not be that way. They changed how mastery sigils looked a while ago.
Yeah, they did. I sort of liked it and I sort of did not like it, but this orange is really hard to get rid of.
Yeah, I think it just doesn't flow as well. The shape of it doesn't flow as well as the sigil does on the Hydroid. Probably just could have removed the mastery sigil entirely. She has a pretty busy front in general, and most of it is being covered by the ephemera anyway. So you could probably just take that off.
Personally, I do like the Urelli, like the rest of the colors, like the primary and the secondary. This shade over here though, This is from the one of the Valentine's palettes, the shade. This light shade over here. I like it. It goes well with this shade over here. You see what I mean? There's like a pinkish tone to it. It's not exactly light. It's not exactly a light silver or light gray. There is a sort of pinkish tone to it.
Mm-hmm. Looking at the
I feel crazy because I feel like no one else might be able to see this, but
no, I see
it is from the same palette.
It's slight. I think looking at the pale kind of purple on the ephemera, it makes me kind of wish that I guess the channel that is the fringe area, like or the edge of her dress, were more similar to that, and kind of there was more of a there were more colors going on besides just the pink. Because it does feel like the Hydroid has more
depth to it, like
color separation.
Yeah, there's red on this Urelli though. It's like in the sigil and in the leg attachment. I do like these leg attachments, but I'm not sure.
I feel like the color doesn't match very well.
Yeah, the red just kind of sticks out a bit because this is a different shade of red. It's an orange. It's a red with like a bunch of orange in it. It's like a very, very bright red. An orangey red.
Mm.
But the bottom is like a red that trends more towards purple. Does that make any sense? There are different shades of red. And I noticed because like lipstick. So this would be like a fiery red. A very fiery red. And this one is just like, you know, classic red lipstick.
Mm-hmm.
It's like pinkish almost. It's like pinkish and purple tones to it.
You probably could have just done without the attachments in general. I think they are kind of they're sharp when the rest of Urelli is kind of soft.
Yeah, it's soft,
rounded.
Yeah, and there's like a shade of gray here. Like there's like a gray here, but it's not present anywhere else. So it just sticks out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So the attachment, I would do without this. But
you just take them off.
What I do like about the color that they picked is how it interacts with like the the shoes. It looks like actual shoes, like really cute flats.
Urelli has cool design flourishes on her base skin. I say base skin as if she has other skins. Please, someone make a Urelli tennis.
Nah, I like the colors. Like most of the colors on the Urelli. It's just Oh, there's like a shade of gold here too. Personally, yeah, there's a shade of gold that's on here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about it. It looks pretty, but it makes me feel like there should be another shade just to like bridge the gold and the silver that's being used on this frame. And I think maybe it should have been done with the emissives. That's just my personal opinion. Bridging a color scheme together is pretty hard. When you start to work with 4 or 5 colors, you have to think about how it looks next to the other ones, and I feel like it's not doing that well here. But on the base skin, like if you pay attention to just this part of the frame, that looks really good, right? This looks really good when you just concentrate your focus here. But up here, the colors stick out a bit much from each other. Like the silver, the gold, the purple and the hot pink shade and the green. The Hydroid though, very nice. It's just the ephemera. The ephemera is very bright.
And they do look like they obviously do look like they belong together. They're very I think
I think the fact that the ephemeras that they use are pretty much the same shade. They are the same shade.
And someone in chat earlier said that they're both water frames, so it may the theming is on point as well.
Yeah, the theme is on point for sure. It's just the green and the red on the Urelli. But I will still score this pair pretty high. in terms of the theme of the contest because, man, the cohesion is there. Let's see. Scoring. Let me see. I might change the scores later, but yeah. I'm not sure. I'm just testing out live commentary. I've never done this before. I really like this hydrate, by the way. I would just change the energies just a bit, but damn, that really looks like a rose. I just can't get over that. The shade of red here. Dark pink. Pinkish red. That's just...
It's a good one.
It's just too nice.
It also works really well on energy, if anyone wants to try that out. It's a good energy color.
The light pink color here. It just works out super well. It's not too bright. And it's not too dark. It stands out a bit from the darkest color in the frame. So that's what I like about it. The lightest color on this frame, not including the emissives, looks really good next to the darkest color.
Mm-hmm. Well done, both of you.
Okay, let me take a screen cap. And then send this over to the group chat. Man, I have so much stuff in my Captura folder, so it's kind of hard to look for sometimes.
That's a mood. All of the shots that say final on them, and then final 1.0, final 2.0. That's what mine looks like.
You do like the red on the release chest? Yeah, that's why it's a... It's subjective contest, so... Give you a second to film extra. If you guys want to move closer together and, like, pose, feel free to do so during the filming process. They look like they're arguing.
Trouble in paradise.
Alright, there you go. You felt that? It's just the way that they both shook their heads a bit. The lock on this is less forgiving than the handshake one. Yeah. Feel free to keep on adjusting.
The contestants are arguing, so I'm just gonna mark down the score for the cohesion real quick because they're arguing and not in love. So I'm kidding. It was a joke.
You ready? Okay. So next up on our list, we have, let's see, Antrebic and Masterslay. Let's get some more shots in, and thank you for entering. Liger and Noellebot, thank you so much. Oh boy. A citrine and Mirage. Alright, let's take a good look at this.
Absorb it with my eyes. Take it all in.
This is an interesting
That's the Mag
Yeah.
Deluxe
Yeah, the
signed on.
Mag Deluxe signed on it. I like the way that they colored it. I never thought to just color it all one metallic color.
Right. I also think it's funny that I mean, I guess it makes sense because Citrine does look very similar to Mag Deluxe.
Mm-hmm.
In turn, like I guess the overall shape of it. So
Looks like we have a sigil up front
Yeah.
giving detail to this deluxe skin. Let's see.
I think that's the I almost said
Scars
the
of
Rift schedule, but it could be it's probably the Scars of Arbitration because the Rift sigil hasn't been available for a while.
yeah,
Okay.
Scars of Arbitration. It looks like pieces from the Valkyr Deluxe shoulders over here,
Yeah.
as well as over here as well. Looks like they colored the gem black and the bottom of it yellow. Let's see. Maroon color. I like the way that it looks on the horns. Like, is that horns or no? It's like
They're
a
like
gesture thing. I don't
like
know
a
what to call.
cap,
I
yeah.
don't know what to call that.
A
The gesture cap.
I think the official term is Jester Jangles. I think that's what
Jangles?
they're called.
Oh, okay.
I made that up, but feel free to spread that around. I actually really like that Mirage has they actually played into the kind of like the jangly aspect of like a Harlequin because but with the attachments having the danglies. So and the it matches the rest of the elements of the skin, so I think that was well done.
Yeah.
Mirage Deluxe already has the danglies, so you're adding more danglies. It just makes me concerned for her safety when she dances though, because she might trip.
Oh, that is true. The color regions for the Mirage Deluxe, like it's very easy to like make it look dull. So I respect the use of the sigil.
It's hard to it's a difficult skin to color in my experience.
Yeah, so it is because it just changing one section just changes like almost all of it.
I think overall these are very safe colors for either frame because these colors work on pretty much any Warframe.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean they're bad. It just means they're kind of
they're safe.
They're safe and common. You see them everywhere. I think if the upside of the shades used is that they don't look bad. It's definitely possible to go a bit too far when it comes to these types of color schemes, red and black and like white gold. It usually does come down to the shades used.
So these two frames are using the same metallic, the same gold. How do you feel about the shade of gold that's used?
I think it looks better in the Mirage than it does on the
yeah, I don't like it as much on the Citrine. I think they could have coordinated like a better metallic color, simply because like the metallics are just they're sticking out way too much in my opinion.
I'm not a
black one.
They lean a bit too yellow for my taste personally.
Yeah, it does.
I think they could have been
well, the Citrine's gold and primary color match the stage, but if I could change the metallic on the stage, I definitely change it.
That's fair. I really like red gems on Citrine. I think they end up looking really good. I don't know if there was more to that thought, but I like the color. It's like really saturated and it would probably look worse on other frames, but for Citrine it actually
it has the item attachment at the bottom.
Makes sense. Oh, that looks good. I mean, I'm like struggling sometimes. Yeah, it looks like crystallized blood. I like that a lot. I think that probably was what they were going for, but I'm not entirely sure. I know the.
Yeah. How do you feel about this pop of pink here?
Where? Oh, on the shoulders. I legitimately didn't notice it at first, but I guess it's okay. I think it kind of adds like a mixture of the red and the white.
I think if
that
pink
are on the body.
was to be added, I think it could have been a different shade of pink for just that in particular.
Yeah.
The shade of red is a bit too... It's a bit too saturated. Seeing the metallic next to the red, it's like super bright.
Yeah, I agree. I think if the metallic itself were kind of made darker, it would have offset how saturated the red is on the gems, and that would have looked a lot better.
Yeah, we do like subduing the shades here would be a good idea, but I do like the use of red. You probably could go a darker red, in my opinion, like just one darker. I don't know which red this is, to be honest. I can't really tell.
And it colors differently on the gems. Like colors show up a lot differently on the gems in my experience than they do on other channels.
Because look at this, like the gems are this shade of red, but on the attachments it's slightly brighter, and that's throwing me off.
That's worth mentioning. So what I've noticed when fashioning citrine is that you really can't just put copy Warframe colors for the attachments or weapons, because it's going to be copying the gem channel as the primary, and it's going to look completely different.
Yeah, I think you should take care to that. Anyone should take care to that. And also, I'm not sure how I feel about the Seraphe. Is that Seraphe or Ephemera? How do you pronounce it? Seraph?
I'm not actually sure. I think it's. I actually didn't notice that it was like part of it, because when you get close, it disappears, right? So I actually like it. I like it a lot better without the ephemera.
Yeah, the ephemera makes it too busy.
Too busy, yeah.
I mean, it's adding the tones of pink that are on the what do you call it? The Sakara?
I think that's the pronunciation. But yeah, you're right. It adds like the wisps, and that's okay. I guess on the kind of body effects are not really doing it for me.
Yeah. I think there is a way to make bright red and light gray work well together. What I like about citrine is that when you put light gray as the base, like it just looks like a statue.
Yeah.
Looks absolutely like a statue. I think it's beautiful. Standing up, I think the frame looks better standing up too, in my opinion.
I
like what they did with the Cyandana, but again, the metallic.
Using a metallic Cyandana when most of her body is kind of metallic is a good choice. I just think the only issue is that the metallic probably should have been a bit different, just to tie the gems and the main body colors together a lot more.
Yeah. The red and the yellow together, it kind of comes off I'm not sure. It's just like it's just so much saturation. I think when you try to pair a primary color with a metallic color, one or the other, one should be subdued, one should be saturated, or both are subdued, in my opinion.
Yeah. Having
both be super saturated, it's not my personal preference. That's all I have to say. If you wanted to bridge all of these colors together, though, I probably would have tried a medium gray with this red. If you really wanted to bridge everything together and like stick to these shades. As for cohesion, they're both a bit edgy. They both share the same metallic shade. One has a light base, one has a dark base, but they're both equally edgy in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's hard to kind of it's hard for me to say that both of them are cohesive together, mostly because both fashions are kind of so common. That it's hard for me to think that it was like 1000% intentional to like make them cohesive.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if that makes sense, but
no, it does make sense.
The colors themselves though are fine. Like it's one has a black base, the other is like a white base, and they have the similar metallics and the red involved. So like obviously they're similar.
Yeah,
But
there's yeah.
I guess it's lacking a level of nuance that would have been cool. But it is cohesive in the basest sense. Also, it's worth saying that neither of these fashions look awful. They look solid. But again, it's because the colors involved are
Yeah, the shade.
yeah.
The shade, and I would say the ephemera on the right
Yeah.
side.
Yeah. I
But
think with like very minor adjustments, these could look really, really good.
the Mirage in particular, the attachments, it's easy to make that work out.
Yeah.
I would do the most work on the shades. I would probably yeah, it's mostly about the metallics.
Yeah. It's rough with Mirage Deluxe because she has weird like other metallic channels besides the actual accents.
Yes.
Like her legs and her gesture jangles are and her arms are also a kind of a metallic-y channel. You can probably afford to lighten up the red on those a little bit, but I also know that it can kind of look weird.
Yeah, as you could see in the shoulder attachments, like the shade of red here, it's definitely different than the shade of red that's on the frame itself. So that probably needs to just they're like ever so slightly off. This is why you can't copy color schemes.
Yeah, the biggest takeaway for these fashions would be to kind of be careful not to just put copy colors on the attachments and leave it be. Check how it looks afterwards and make sure that you can that they actually match. And you can always fine tune after that. It takes a bit more time, obviously, but it ends up looking a lot more cohesive.
Yeah, you could tell like it happened because the shade of red down here.
Which is just an unfortunate aspect of Citrine herself.
That's a result of the gems being that color, but then when you put it on like this type of material, it comes out very it's super saturated. It's way more saturated than the gems.
Yeah, I usually kind of I end up ignoring the gem color on other things that I copy the colors to. I kind of just swap it out for something darker or something else on the main body. That's what I do personally. But I also need to work more with Citrine in general. I have like 3 fashions that I made and then I just stop.
Yeah, I think it's important to like make this Citrine fashion not as cluttered because I already think that she has a lot going on with her helmet, the attachment that's on her helmet, and just everything going on. Like she has a lot going on. So I would remove the ephemera. I would switch it to something less cluttery, like because it's adding more detail, but
she already has detail.
Yeah.
She's good on that front. She has a lot to look at. So adding more visual clutter to that, it takes away from what would otherwise be a pretty elegant fashion.
Yeah, I think the balance is good on the Mirage, but over here this is a bit top heavy.
Yeah.
But what I think is good about this is the Syandana. The Syandana was a good choice.
Yeah, that's really good, and I'm actually probably going to be using that idea on my Citrine fashions. That is a good one.
Yeah.
And I also good use of danglies on the Mirage. I see the thought process. You were valid. Good job.
Let me see. Okay. Also, there's no chest piece for the Citrine. There are a few things that you could do on Citrine to, you know, put on her chest without bulking up her silhouette. There's a few ways. But I do respect the choice to not put anything there. For the Mirage, I like that you didn't use the same Valkyrie Deluxe on the chest and opted to use the sigil instead to give detail there.
Funny enough, the Valkyrie Deluxe attachments, I actually can't remember the name. It's like Alistorn or something.
Yeah, it does go well with the Mirage skin, but I do like that it didn't use it here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that if the chest piece actually looks pretty cool on Citrine because it gets it kind of goes inside of her little chest cavity
it goes
area.
inside there, and it's like a gem too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's neat to see in her chest, which is a weird thing to say and kind of maybe disgusting, but also it looks cool.
Yeah, I've tried it before, but yeah, I just opted to use something different.
Yeah, it clips around a lot, but I think when she's standing still, it looks neat. So for like Captura stuff, could be good. But yeah, well done, guys.
I think to unify these two fashions together, I think choosing shades of red that are more similar in undertone would have helped the cohesion. I do like that one is like this whitish gray color, the other one is black. I think you could definitely like just keep that. The shade of black here is too dark for me, just in my opinion.
Yeah, could be a little bit lighter.
Yeah, I could also use like, instead of using a black with a neutral undertone, I feel like maybe, yeah, first I would work with the metallics, then I would decide the undertone of the black shade. But yeah, these two red shades are a bit different from each other, and just the attachment red doesn't really match this one. It's a slightly off. Same over here.
Good energy color on the Mirage though. I didn't mention that, but I like the orange used.
Yeah, I do like the orange. Makes her look almost molten.
Yeah, it does. It looks like fire, lava type beat.
Yeah, both of these remind me of like. So one reminds me of like a blood gem or something, which is what someone mentioned in the chat. The other one reminds me of like it's like volcanic.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm getting those two different vibes that are a bit far away from each other because of the shades of red that are used and the emissives and energy colors. This could do without the pink, but overall, I respect the vision. It's just it's just an adjustment of shades.
I just thought of a cool like couple theme just now. I won't say it. I'll say it later after everyone else already goes. But
yeah.
I don't want someone to be like, "Oh, crap," and then swap, but yeah, good job, guys.
Yeah, good job. Thank you for entering. If you guys want to pose together, feel free to do so. In the meantime, stay up on stage, do some poses for the filming, and Antrebic Masterslay, thank you. Commodus, get ready to go up with your two entries. Your Warframe entry and then your Operator or Drifter Fashion. Thank you, Queen of Traps, for the tier 1. Did Citrine take a long time to farm?
We're the worst people to ask for that.
Yes. We got Citrine for free. I have not farmed for a second Citrine yet. I will do so sometime for Helmet.
That I can comment on. I've been farming for a second one. It's it has been rough. I've done a lot of runs and I think I only have 2 parts for her. But I would have been able to buy the rest of her parts if I did not spend 1,000 of the gems on the Captura scene. So take that as you will. It'll probably take you like maybe 3 days max to farm her if you really work at it. On Steel Path anyway.
Wow, 4 hours. Okay. So, thank you, Antrebic and Master Slay. Can we get Kuma up on stage? Looks like you're a single entry, so let's get your Warframe first. Is Kuma here? If they're not here, we can go. Oh, they are here.
Oh, here they come.
Varuna. And I don't know if you want to attempt to get your operator there too, but I'm just gonna look at the Varuna real quick.
Yeah, Captura priorities.
Alright, no problem.
For some reason, I always forget you can actually put attachments on her shoulders after you remove the wolves.
Oh,
I know that should be obvious, but...
You could only see the... Okay. I guess we should just take a good look at the...
Yeah, or even take a screenshot and then have them stay as...
I wish it didn't clip. Looks like this person has green eyes and... It's like tealish emissives. I can't see the shade of green too well without it disappearing, but...
Does your G shade or whatever you use, is it still working right now or is it not working?
Nah, it's not working.
Okay, there you go. We need to get reshade working on your...
Yeah. Has
so
a diva chest piece. And these, the plat.
This is a good, cosmetically, from a cosmetic choice standpoint, and I guess like the facial blend and all that, this is a very good looking drifter. I like it a lot.
Oh, me too. I liked how the top looks.
Yeah.
And I think the metallics look really nice too.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shade. I think obviously like black and white is just gonna look good as a base no matter what. So I'm not like
can you
crazy
switch back?
about it.
Switch back to the drifter. I'm still looking at it. It's turquoise. Yeah, I was trying to search for... I was trying to think about the color name.
Yeah, it's a good... These are good... the metallic and the energy color are the best parts about this for me. Mostly because the rest of the colors are...
Are these called Sigma? Sigma?
Yeah, those are Sigma. I barely see those around, so...
Yeah.
Props.
I really like it because it doesn't take away from the silhouette of like the bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not like obtrusive. It actually blends in nicely.
Yeah, it blends in.
Yeah. That's good.
Thank you for the raid, Orpheus. And I like the diva, diva chest piece. That's diva, right? Yeah. The facial accessories. I've seen them used before. I never used it on mine, but
I like the blend of the I guess the diadem. I guess that's what it would be, and then the eyepieces. They work well together.
Yeah, they do. It takes up like some space on the forehead, so
yeah, right. I like the tips of the hair are I guess greenish. I guess it kind of goes with the energy color a bit more.
Yeah, I just noticed that the tips of the hair are green. Turquoise is a really nice color. It's like turquoise and just a light blue shade. How do you feel about the Akuri tail? In this.
So I actually really like them here because but only because when they switch to the Warframe, it looks like she's transforming into a werewolf. And I think that's really cool. Obviously it's like not intentional. Like if they were like standing next to each other, like they were we planned, it would have not had that illusion. But as it is right now, it looks kind of like she's transforming into like a wolf form. So.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I don't think the tails are like awful. I don't think they directly take away from the fashion to like a super degree. But I think they do a lot to tie in her relationship to the Varuna. So I think it's a good touch there. So they're not obtrusive enough for me to care about how they affect the fashion itself, but they add enough to the theming and the cohesion that I'm fully on board with them.
Yeah, I noticed that the Akuri tails, like this shade of blue, is just different from the rest of her fashion. But I realized that the Varuna had tails like a secondary color. That was this shade. No sign Donna. I like that it doesn't have a sign Donna, actually. I think the front is This looks
detailed
nice.
enough.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
detailed enough, and putting on a sign Donna here would just take away from it.
Yeah, I think the tails serve that role anyway, of adding more detail to the back area.
I'm not
I guess they can
sure
swap
how I
too.
feel about the this color over here because it's just making like skirt part look a bit dirty.
Right. That's one thing I'm
Yeah, this one
not
thing.
nuts about.
Yeah.
Everything else is so clean
The shade.
and elegant.
Yeah, if you
that this
concentrate
is-
up here, like it's nice, but then I don't like what it does to the bottom.
This is it's serving very like high society lady just got out of working at the soup kitchen.
Yeah, it's always gonna be dirty, but there's a way to like adjust the shade. Like I just fix the shade so it doesn't look dirty.
Yeah, or use a different attachment. I don't actually know much about drifter fashion, but
yeah, there's
that's
always
that's
gonna
really
be
the
some
only
dirt there.
yeah that's really only the only real issue I have with this fashion overall.
Yeah, you could adjust it. You could just use a different shade and it will look less like it's dirt.
Yeah.
That you can't physically change at all. You tried. I guess it just looks dirty no matter what.
Yeah.
You can't
can
help
you
it then.
remove that? Can you remove that like cosmetic? Can it be replaced with anything else? If so, then that was probably the play. But overall, this is a good fashion.
Yeah,
I like the
overall it's
shoulder.
good. Actually, it's fine if it looks like that. I think it still looks good.
They can swap to the Varuna now, right?
Yeah,
Wanted
he
to
could.
look at the material.
Yeah, they could swap to Varuna. Like props to doing drifter fashion. It is hard. Right now, no. I see. All right, you could swap to Varuna. Took a picture of this. Gonna post in the group chat. All right.
So, right off the bat, really well done on the materials, which is
Yeah,
easily the
void shell.
hardest part of void shell fashion. Period, is choosing the right materials for stuff. Excellent work on that here.
I love the Amugi, like attachments.
Yes, it works so well here. I'm actually
Impressed.
shook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm shook at how well that works.
That looks beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I actually respect the shoulders too here that were on the drifter.
Yes, that's like it adds even more cohesion, and it makes it even more like it makes it seem even more to me like she's like transforming into the Varuna. But yeah, no, it works really well. I think again it's really hard to hate a color scheme like this just because it's pretty generic. It's
Yo, you use this color
see
scheme.
everywhere.
I've seen it.
I don't use this exact color scheme, but I do see it everywhere.
Oh yeah, you don't use the shade of black here.
Yeah, but it's again, it's going to look this like base kind of color scheme is going to look good no matter what. But you also add more like flair to it with your energy color choice. Obviously, if you're using void shell.
Look at this dark purplish blue here. It's like a deep blue.
For the for like the textured, for like the more like texture area. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's like a deep blue that trends on purple.
That's my favorite part of the fashion. I think the inner like super textured area. Like, yeah, no.
I think these
awesome.
textures look really well together. It's like extra props for choosing ones that look nice without just repeating the same texture over and over again.
Yeah, this is super clean. Yeah, I really like this. Crap, this looks awesome.
Yeah, I do like the light gray because it looks like a hybrid of like machine and I guess I don't know, it just looks like
alien tech. Like it looks like
tech.
It
Yes.
looks high tech, but it also looks like
high tech Varuna.
Yeah, it's like it's high tech, but it's also like super elegant in a way that you maybe see a like a space royalty where this is awesome.
Yeah, did this dark purplish blue. I don't know what to call it. The name is escaping me right now because I know the name of the shade. This midnight blue looks great. I mean, the texture there is it's just well done. The leg attachments, I love that. Shoulders, I'm so glad that you did not use something bulky there, because because there's a lot of things going on, like at her waist and hips. So having this area be more, I guess, simplistic, like blending in that shoulder attachment, having it be a dark color, like that's a plus. Like instead of adding more color, you opted to just have the metallics in the shoulder stand out and the emissives just add on detail.
Yeah.
It's thresh cone.
Thresh cone.
I
I've wanted to use that texture for a bit, but I haven't really found a void shell that I really like with it. But yeah, no, this is awesome.
I love the copper. Love the
yeah,
copper.
The copper shade is perfect.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't want to do black, white, gold, do black, white, copper, and then mess with the shades so that they match up, and you'll have a more unique kind of look than if you had just done the standard. So like while the base is the same, it's still like something you might see elsewhere. It's personalized enough and altered enough so that it's like obviously the thought and effort were put into the choices of the attachments as well, and
the color scheme is clean. I like the medium gray that's also present in this frame because it helps bridge this darker midnight color with the black and the white. So you could see like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like bridging the 5 colors together, the 5 main colors that are on this frame. It was pretty well done.
Yeah, this is a chef's kiss. This is good.
And the greenish blue, like the light turquoise that's up here, and just a medium blue. Looks good.
Yes.
Turquoise and blue.
Yeah. I think if the tails on the Drifter were more similar to the tails on Varuna in terms of the color, that would probably be...
It would be better.
It would elevate it slightly more. But it's honestly just such a such a nitpicky thing that it's not.
The curry tails on the Drifter are a bit darker, so it doesn't show up as much.
Yeah. This is good though.
All right. Oh, you scored already.
Yeah.
I'll do my scoring right now.
And the thing with a fashion like this is that if you wanted to, you could change the white out for like pretty much any other lighter color, and it would still look like amazing. And you can, obviously you can adjust that to your preference. But this is just a good baseline. It's just strong.
So usually I score things on the high end if I find less things to improve on. I'm not sure if there's any chess piece that would look great on this, so I think it's good to leave it as is.
Yeah, I think with Varuna, especially with the Void Shell, she has enough going on in her kind of torso area that you really don't need any kind of attachments. Like, it already looks so detailed.
Yeah, hence my score, because there's less to improve on for here. That's gonna affect my score.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
Good show. Less is more, as NP says. That is what he says, and it is true. Sometimes you gotta just. It's like sometimes the best attachment is leaving the attachment slot empty, and that takes. It's not a lack of effort. It's a recognition of what looks better. It's
I like that they changed out the shoulders the most on this.
Yeah, no, it's so good.
I usually don't do that but I should, but I just haven't found anything that works. But it just looks nice here.
Yeah, I still need to do that. I keep forgetting. I've removed her shoulders for a fashion, but then I just didn't add shoulders again because I'm like, oh well, I took the shoulders off, so I can't add anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I should mess around some more. This is actually this is inspiring me to go back to my Varuna fashions and kind of fiddle around some more.
Yeah, really nice silhouette on this.
Good stuff.
Okay, next up Thank you, Commodose. I don't know if Amer's done filming. Feel free to do some poses if you want to. In the meantime, DaJMCity and Archezares should get ready. And Amer, you could give me the go-ahead whenever you're done. Or... Okay, done. Okay. They stepped off the stage. I was like, Okay, DaJMCity and Archezares, please go up to the runway. I hope they're here. Stand a little bit closer to each other. Okay. So we have a Garuda. We have a... Ooh. Oh, you're standing up off the stage, so just get a little closer. Sorry.
Ooh. Sorry, I looked away from my screen for a bit, but yeah, no, this is looking. This is like, I feel kind of bad because like the fashions that I've liked the most so far are kind of like, kind of like the standard stuff, but it's like it's really down to the shades used a lot of the time that makes those
Look
kinds
at
of
the
fashions
shade
stand
of
out.
red. The shade of red is really nice. It's like,
Yeah.
it's very close. It's like a deep subdued red that is very close to brown. And I really like how it looks on this texture. It's really easy to make Garuda Prime, I guess, look crowded because she has so much like shiny texture. But it just looks really velvety here, this shade of red. It's like an orangey red. Has like an orange tone to it.
Yeah, it looks really good on the cloth area. I think like I think it's pretty obvious that these are strong like shade combinations. I guess at this point it's like it's a matter of kind of taking it a bit further. Like, this obviously looks good, and it's not something that I think anyone would look at and be like, oh yeah, that looks bad. That just doesn't work.
I do like the use of Avia Prime here. She has a lot of points. Garuda Prime has a lot of points, and I think it's a good choice.
Can the Rev face front so that Amer can get a better shot of it? Towards the front of the runway.
No sign, Donna. You have the Revenant Prime signed on this one with the Garuda Prime Ephemera.
Oh, that's a nice touch.
The Garuda Prime Ephemera?
No, it's a nice touch that he the Revenant is using Garuda's attachment, Garuda's Prime Access stuff. The fact that they're both using in like infested helms as well, and the main Prime skin.
I love this helmet.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Looks like he's using the Valkyr Deluxe chest piece.
That matches the rest of him, I think. It's like it gets nested pretty well in his chest area.
Look, it's like a beige color that they chose.
Yeah.
I think it goes well with the metallic that they chose, but the bottom of it, the emissive and the energy, I think it could be improved.
Probably could have been like less saturated, maybe to.
Yeah, the red is a bit saturated here. I think it sticks out a little bit too much. The shade of red that's used here is a bit better, but in both cases, the red emissive, I wish they were slightly improved. But then you wouldn't have this red shade for the helmet.
Right.
And I think this looks really good. It's just a shame.
Yeah. The attachments on Revenant, can you like pan back to the Revenant real quick? The attachments I think are because Revenant has multiple metallic channels, and I think maybe one of them used like kind of like a tan to have the like that darker gold. Oh, where you going? That more like darker gold, and I think maybe that transferred to the attachments in a way that wasn't intentional.
Yeah, it wasn't intentional, but it gives
the
flow.
It's not bad. I think maybe the tan areas on the attachments could have been adjusted a bit more.
Yeah, me too. Because it is it doesn't look very intentional. I mean, it looks very good next to the copper tone. It's like a copper that's like very brown. It's
it feels like a color that
like bronze
that wants to be a metallic, but it was copied over from a channel that was metallic to a non-metallic channel, and that's just, I guess, that's how it reads to me.
I don't think I really prefer a Mugi Prime for the legs here. I think it interferes with like the shape, because you know, it's like you see over here, like the shoes have like something sticking up over here.
It's clipping a decent amount.
It's clipping right over here.
Yeah, you probably just could have removed those, and that would have been fine.
Yeah, I do think it should have been removed, because also it's copying over from the base frame, and it's coloring brighter here for the attachments.
You probably could have removed the maybe could have removed the chest as well. It's less egregious, I think, because it's not like directly clipping with anything.
Yeah, but if they removed the attachments, then it would probably be like a one-dimensional frame, because when you color Revenant Prime, so much of it colors.
Yeah, that's my least favorite part about Revenant Prime. The shoulders definitely work though. The Syndana works. I like the
yeah, the shoulders and the Syndana work.
Yeah, I think the attachment use on Garuda is solid too. You maybe could have done without the chest piece on the Garuda.
I actually like the chest piece.
I mean, actually, no, it works well with the with her other danglies. So I mean, that's fine.
I like it. I just have a problem with her missives. Basically, her missives.
Yeah.
I know that they probably colored the missives with the intent for like the focus on the helmet, but it just comes out like super bright orange red when it's used on the frame, but on the helmet it looks fine.
Yeah, I think overall some maybe some more something different could have been done with the like you could have kept the red, you could have kept the metallic color, you could have even kept either the black or the white, but then maybe like it done like anything else just to keep it from being as like kind of, I guess, generic as it ended up being. Again, it's super clean. Both of them are super clean.
It's pretty hard to change out the Garuda Prime helmet for something else because of just the way that they color. It's gonna be way different to the rest of the frame. Like, it's a super matte helmet.
I think it's I think the textures definitely don't mesh well, but that is mostly a fault of the fact that Garuda Prime's textures are so specific.
Yeah, they're very specific.
I do think it was a good idea to I guess use a helmet that doesn't have any metallic channels, mostly because I guess the metallics on
it's gonna be metallic overload otherwise.
Yeah, that, and it would also kind of look different on the skin versus the helmet.
Yeah. They're also both using similar animation sets, like.
Well, they're both using melee animation sets. The Garuda's.
Yeah, you have confusion there. It's like they're standing the same way.
Yeah, I mean, it works out. Like, it's fine. It's not.
How do you feel about the weapon? I love the weapon here.
Tatsu Prime is just good. I just two-handed Nikanas look good in general. It's just a gorgeous weapon. It looks like they're battle ready, which is cool. I think
their cohesion is there.
Yeah, no, for sure. They look like they're part of a squad. They look like they're about to
I wish
mess someone up.
I wish this one had like at least copied like a light color over, just to give it more dimension, because right now it's just coming off as black on black.
Yeah, the thing is that's like almost inevitable.
Yeah.
With Revenant Prime, he's very hard to fashion. So I guess for something like Revenant, it's like it's more excusable, I think, to have that kind of like single color thing going on.
Yeah.
With the Prime skin at least. But yeah, I think these are just The shades chosen are strong. The reds chosen are strong. I think the only
I think the left one has better shades than the right one.
much better shades. I think both of them are fine, but Garuda beats the red.
The missives are the same, but yeah, this has better shades.
Yeah. Do you think they're in love though? You get that vibe? You get the vibe that they're in love, or that they're kind of like co-workers who
I don't think they're co-workers. I like how they both have the pointies though.
Yeah, I think they're it's not just like both their colors obviously match up and the vibe is similar, but the shapes of kind of like the attachment choices and the
yeah, they both have this neck thing going on.
yeah.
See that? The neck thing going on?
It's complicated.
The neck collar. What do they call it? Neck collar? The collar?
Yeah, that's
collars.
Both have collars. It's working. It's working for me. All right, I guess I'll write my.
Yeah, I think the cohesion's there. Both are using copper.
And again, the use of like the use of Garuda's prime accessories on Rev is cool. I don't know if maybe the Garuda just didn't have the Rev's accessories, but that could have been cool too. Like if she were using his, that might have been neat. But I also don't know. I don't know how it would. I don't know. Look on that frame specifically. I know Vitala Prime can be kind of specific.
Take a screen in the meantime. Emer, if you have any specific requests for the posing. What's a random? Yeah, it's a vampire duo.
Vitala Prime on Garuda did a test, doesn't work. Fair enough. Totally fair. I guess I figured that. The attachment choices on Garuda look fine anyway.
I probably would have adjusted this gray shade over here just slightly. Just because of how it looks next to the red color. Just slightly.
Yeah, both having the infested helm, both having using the prime skin as well. Like, there's just a lot of good cohesion here. I think this is probably the duo so far to me that has like the most like direct like cohesion in terms of like a whole bunch of different decisions kind of coalescing.
Yeah.
So really well done with that. Obvious thought was put into that aspect of these fashions.
I'm gonna edit my square a little bit. But I might adjust these later. Okay. So, Amer, do you have any specific requests for these two? Question, can anyone join randomly? Do you have to sign up? As long as I'm not done with judging, you're free to enter. But this is a duo contest. You have to be entered with a partner, or you have to pose with your drifter or operator. You're done filming? Okay. Thank you for the entries. Next up is Fox in the Woods and the Wild Wolf.
A fox and a wolf? Now that's cohesion. Full marks.
Alright, stand a little bit closer to each other, guys. Like, closer to the circle, so like, ideally one person here, one person there. Wisp and a Revenant. This is like the ultraviolet duo.
So the best thing about the Wisp right off the bat is the kind of like the use of the energy on the hands and the almost said feet, the lack of feet area. I'm not crazy about the rest of it.
The blue shade should be adjusted a little bit. It's... Yeah, this blue shade right here. You see this blue shade? Cobalt blue.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just losing itself with the purple, the purple tones of the frame.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of rough for me because I feel like I understand
what it was going for. Yeah, they both look like they're from outer space, like Void, like not Void in this game sense.
Right, like Void, like Destiny Purple Void.
Yeah, yeah, it's like the League of Legends and Destiny type of Void. That's like black purple, not this game's Void.
I think this game is the only Void that it like relates to like gold and white.
Yeah, it's like, pretty odd, honestly.
Wispy blue, yeah. But anyway,
I'm a big fan of this cornflower blue that is on this cape.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
beautiful.
Super striking. That's awesome. But I also have like a lot of bias towards this towards the Syandana. I use it instead of Rapala.
I mean, I actually didn't know this existed. I really like the knives in the back. That's awesome.
Wait, you didn't know that this exists? Yeah, I use this instead of Rapala. This is my favorite
I haven't actually
keep.
seen it. I still think Rapala is awesome. But yeah, that looks great, and I like the energy color. That's really cool.
So, one thing I should say is that I think this black color that works really well on this frame, but not as much over here. And it could be because, you know, I would switch this blue with the black on the frame. I think it would solve the issue of like too much bulking up on the blue, especially on this dressy part of the Wisp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this dude was really nice looking. I do like that how there's a bit of lavender on this left side. There's like lavender and magenta.
I think the cohesion of the duo is on point because they look like a boss. Like you've entered the boss room, and they've come out to mess you up. That's the.
I like how the brightness of the emissives do match. They're different colors, but the brightness, they match each other.
I think the biggest like point of improvement that I could probably see is maybe making the darker part, like the black parts of these, like lean more towards like a gray, just to add a bit more separation.
I agree.
Because like looking at them right now, it kind of you kind of have to look really close to kind of pick the colors apart and understand that there actually is depth to it. So maybe, yeah, going a little bit lighter on the darker parts. Because the energy is fantastic, so it's totally fine to kind of go more like subdued and darker on the main body, but you do want to make sure that the fashion itself kind of has that obvious depth to it. Yeah, these are interesting though. I feel like I
don't get to see this shade of blue too often, but the shade of blue that I do see more often is the one that's like on the frame itself, this dark blue color. I think it's getting lost. It's getting lost here when you look at it like right away.
Oh, it's all blue and purple. I believe you. Sometimes like in certain lighting and on certain textures, colors will look like completely different. Either way, I think you could probably afford to lighten it up. The darker areas, even if they're not like black.
The Syandana on the Wisp, I know they're a newer player, so they probably don't have that many signed Donnas. I would be careful about copying over the colors of this one because as you could see, the metallic on the signed Donna is a bit ways more brighter than what's actually on the frame.
Yeah, the energy is also different than how it appears on like Wisp's hands and feet. It's like, it's just, I feel like it's like colder in tone. I actually can't.
Yeah, it's colder. The one that is on the Wisp itself, there's like a mixture of pink and like an ultraviolet color, and over here it's I forgot the shade,
like
the name
lavender or lilac. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's like it trends more towards blue, like this type of purple that's on the Cyan Donna. So, that shade is just different from the rest. As for here, they look good together for sure.
The signed on is to match the rev front. I guess, yeah, no, like, I think the signed on itself is fine. I think the color is the only thing that I have issue with.
Yeah.
But the signed on works. I think both of them having flowing energy makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I would just adjust the colors of the energy.
The colors of the energy on the Cyan Donna and like this part of the metallic here, I would make it darker. So since a lot of the colors are, I guess it's all dark colors in the front of the Wisp, I think you could have benefited from adding a bit of sigil, like a subtle sigil in the front, maybe. Just because there's like a lot of it's just color upon color in the front. I don't know how to get this across. But I feel like adding in a sigil to, I guess, match the top part of the Wisp, the light purple that's there, just at the center of the Wisp, it would help. You think you could have done the blue a bit darker? I think the shade of blue is fine.
Yeah, I like the blues.
The blues are fine. But the dark blue that's on the frame itself is getting lost in the darkest blue that you choose here.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Gotta have that depth. Yeah, I don't think you need it. You don't necessarily like needed a sigil. I think as long as the color separation is obvious.
I think the sigils that would work on this are like pay to win anyway, so maybe not. I think they're pay to win.
Yeah, like the flowing energy ones, right?
Yeah, that's what I had in mind. If they had like one of the prime sigils, that would work really well with this frame. But I understand, like they're a newer player.
Rev already has like flowing energy on the front, so I think he has like enough going on the front. I think it's fine.
Yeah, for me, the sigil problem was like on the Wisp, because there's like just a, I don't know how to describe it. It's like just there's emptiness here in the center of the frame.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on. So I think the attachments are the strongest points about the frame for Wild Wolf. The attachments, the helmet, the base skin.
for the rev.
Yeah. For the wisp though,
I think the Wisp's colors are stronger overall.
the colors are better, but I feel like a different base wisp skin should have been used.
The thing is that I really like the flowing energy on the hands and the legs. I think if just the if the colors were just adjusted a bit more.
Oh, sorry, I switched them. No, I didn't switch them. I was still talking about Wolf.
Oh, you're talking about the skin itself?
Yeah, the skin, like the helmet and skin combo works well.
Yeah.
But for the wisp,
it's rough using the prime details on Rev just because.
But you're right. If you did change the wisp base skin, then the energy wouldn't be doing that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just about the colors chosen, I guess.
Right. I think the base is strong. I think just very like minor improvements would make these really cool. Like really, really cool.
Alright, let me take a screenshot and you guys could pose a little bit. You tried to keep the prime detail, but you didn't like how it clips.
Yeah, it's rough. When I was doing the commissions for the QTCC stuff, I was originally supposed to take a picture of Revenant Prime for it, and I took a couple, but it was just really hard to pose him because he just clipped with himself in his like base animation. So like even just standing there doing nothing, his face like clipped with his collar, and like a whole bunch of other like if he moved any which way, like stuff would clip with itself. So yeah, totally understand. It's very hard to get cosmetics to work with it, I think.
I think out of all the groups, I think I like this the theme of this one the most. So far.
It's strong. I like it too.
And just the blue, I just really like it. Okay. Well, I think Aimer might be done filming. I'm not sure. If you guys want to pose more, go ahead. The hood is what you're going for. Yeah. Yeah, pose it up.
Pose it up. Strut your stuff.
Okay. And while that's going on, let me see who's next on the list. Barnez is gonna be up next. Okay, you got it all? Alright. Thank you for entering, guys. Next up is Barnez. Single entry. I've always liked this signed on it, but I never bought it because
it's really, I like it a lot. There's actually a fun story behind I guess not directly fun, but it's a neat story behind the artist. It helped send his sister to school, I believe. The funds he got from Tenojin by making that Sayadana. Yeah. So it is it's just one of my favorites.
Damn, I like what they did with the shoulders here, like combining these two so that it fits in with the frame, but it's like framing the diamond shape over here.
Yeah, that's a good touch. I think cosmetically the only issue I have is the ephemera. I don't think it really adds anything. I don't like this ephemera much in general. I just don't think it looks good with many fashions.
I think it helps in solidifying that it's like a feminine looking frame.
I think the fact that it's Saren solidifies that it's a feminine
Yeah, I know, but
looking.
it just I think this ephemera is just like gives that extra touch. Sometimes people have used this ephemera to like make angel themes and such, like skirts and all.
Yeah, I've put it on Volt to make him wear a skirt, but overall, I'm not a huge fan of it. I think the fashion stands on its own without it. I think every other cosmetic choice makes a lot of sense. Besides the ephemera.
Do you do something with the sigils in particular, Barnez? Like, I know you like to do a lot of work with sigils, but it looks like they tried to do a cut in the front. Looks like they tried to do a cut in the front with the sigil. Do you notice that, Flurp, with the sigil?
I'm trying to kind of pick it out of everything else. Oh, I see it now.
The skin usually doesn't have this type of cut in the front.
I guess I'd have to see it without just to... Oh wait, that's the... Okay.
You see how it's creating like a front slit?
Right. Yeah, that's clever.
Very clever right there.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think cosmetically I'm totally on board with pretty much everything that's being used in terms of attachments. Except, like obviously except the ephemera, but like the assigned on is good. The can you like go to her back real quick? Okay, sweet. Yeah, no. I thought maybe the signed on would like clip with her.
Oh, it doesn't clip.
But it doesn't.
It's just really the ephemera. But yeah. I do appreciate what the ephemera does to the top of her head.
Yeah, this is good. Color-wise, I think it's not like I like the purple used, but yeah, it's just black white color. So I'm not like it's not breaking new ground or anything. I'm not like crazy about it, but I think it's fine. It totally works.
The chest piece is nice, the shoulders are nice, and
yeah.
I like the effect on the shoulders a lot.
Yeah.
The silhouette, it's clean. It's very clean. I do think the ephemera is like taking away from the silhouette, but I don't know, it's very feminine. It's nothing too crazy, but yes, I do like it. The helmet and the base, they look good.
Yeah, I think it's easy to, if using attachments with Saren is tricky in general, just because she has like, she's like well proportioned, but attachments tend not to like sit well on her sometimes, especially chest attachments. So yeah, good job on choosing ones that actually work. I really like EOS Prime on her in general.
I like what he did with the sigil.
Yeah.
I'll just... the shades. I would be a bit more, I don't know.
Be a bit more bold. Be a bit more willing to go out of the box, I think.
Yeah, it's just the shades. I mean, they look good, obviously.
Yeah, but it's just...
It's hard to make it look bad.
Yeah, it's the tried and true.
It's safe. It's safe.
Yes, safe.
They're Twitch colors.
These Twitch colors. It looks great against the Twitch background.
You could switch to your operator drifter now. Alright, try to back up a little bit and go into the circle so you're not too close to the end of the stage. I would like sit over here. Like,
Speaking of Twitch, this one looks like a Twitch streamer. She's got the cat ear headphones.
Okay, nice. The metallic, right off the bat, I really like the metallic.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
The metallic, how it just, the colors that are present in the skin. The shoulders.
The shoulders are using a different color attachment of metallic, it looks like, or at least that's how it's showing.
Yeah,
on
that's how it's showing on my screen. I probably would have adjusted that part to match. That's my only issue with it so far. The bottom looks nice though. The Sigma piece.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
that's the. This is the second time we're seeing
Sigma at the
Sigma
legs.
Yep. But it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. It doesn't clip or anything, and it just adds more detail. It's just a problem with the metallic, the accent color on the attachments.
Yeah, I like the whiskers. She has whiskers, and the
chest piece is nice, but yeah, it's also using this lighter shade that matches with the attachments. But I wish they adjusted it to the.
Probably didn't need that attachment specifically. Probably could have just because the. Yeah.
I personally like it. Do you know? Is that a work of the sigil, like right over here, like at the belly? What is that? Is that part of the top?
I'm not actually sure. I feel like it might be part of the top, but I'm not 100%. It looks too cohesive with the top to. Oh, it might be the sigil. I don't. Yeah. It's like slightly different if you look, and it's like not moving with the rest of the torso. That's well integrated though.
Yeah, I like the ears and the curry tails. I think it's really cute. Let me look at your frame again though, just to see. Well, actually, can you just switch your frame real quick so I could take a screenshot? Like again. Sorry about that. Okay. Take a picture, and then I'm gonna post this in the group chat. All right, you could switch back to the drifter. Or operator. See this tier 2 Austrian sigil in super small.
I think as far as cohesion goes, I'm not really getting much from.
It has like the same color scheme.
Sort of. Like I feel like the drifter has
more pink.
More pink, more pink and like
more. It's what we probably would have wanted with like the Saren.
I would have liked, I would have liked to see this color scheme on the Saren as well. I think that would have looked
like a variation of it.
Yeah.
Because I think this is it's bolder than the Saren, but the Saren is really nice looking in of itself. I wouldn't change the darkest shade here though. I think it works well.
Yeah, I don't think I would change the Drifter's Fashion much at all. Besides maybe if you can't remove the or get the exact shade on the metallics on the shoulders, you could just take them off.
Yeah.
Like that's not the worst thing in the world.
The face, like the cat ears. Can you change that silver part or no?
Pretty sure.
Well, I think it matches with her hair anyway, so I wouldn't really change it. I was just wondering. That is my personal score. They had the same amount of things that are that I would say is like my issue with them, but the face paint is really nice. The facial blend is nice. The eye color is really nice too. I think
Yeah.
it...
This is a good-looking drifter. I've been seeing a lot of really nice drifters lately. I usually use an operator, but I think the introduction of like the face tattoos and just the fact that I'm seeing so many good-looking drifters means that I should probably...
I just like the clothing choices on this drifter a lot. Oh god.
Yeah,
I
they're
moved
good.
my screen. Let me just change my score a little bit. I'm just looking at the overall the shape of the top and the bottoms. It gives me gives me like Cloud from Final Fantasy vibes. From the
Oh, really?
the black and like just the shape of it. I don't know why. How do you go about joining? You have to get invited to the dojo and make sure that you have an entry for your Warframe and then your operator or drifter. Or you could partner up with someone so you don't have to fashion your operator or drifter. Not much time to think about it. Yeah.
I mean, pretty good for the amount of time that you had.
Yeah, not much time, but Right. You could pose if you want to while Aimer films. The next person that should be up is Hydromaniac. I'm not sure if Hydro is still here though. Oh, you are here? Okay. Thank you for entering, Barnez. Alright, next up is Hydro. Have Gara.
Ooh. That's looking nice.
I kind of like this.
Yeah.
Looks like we have pink emissives.
Always a fan of those. The glass color is more subdued than you usually see.
Yeah. Looks like they tried to put a very dark color in. Is it brown? It's like that dark brownish purple color that's on the Narmer palette almost.
I could see it. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what palette it is, but it looks solid. I think you probably could have used a brighter color just to have the glass like stand out more.
I actually like this choice of the glass color.
It's nice. I guess for me personally, I like when the glass is like a big part of the fashion and not kind of like just like made secondary. I guess that's more me. I just like looking at Garas that make it like really like integrate it. It doesn't look bad at all. Like it looks really classy. I guess it's just like a personal hang up.
I like the shade of red that they used, honestly.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's really good.
It's really easy to make it look too bright. But yeah. I like the choice of pink as well. The pink goes well with this. I think the brown in the glass the brownish shade that you see going on in the glass is helping bridge these two together, because normally this pink would stick out like maybe a bit much, but when you consider the brown, black, and the metallic shade and the red, I think it forms like a solid color scheme.
Yeah, no, yeah, this is really cohesive. I think the metallic used is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, even just if you look at just the legs, it looks perfect. Like, it just matches the shade of red used really well.
I like Iridos used here.
Elegant.
Iridos is really solid. It's like a solid attachment to use, which is why I'm glad that they included it in Prime, because when you have nothing else to put on, you just slap on Iridos, and it's good looking. And I like this over here as well, this pink. You have another pop of pink right over here. Instead of using shoulder pieces, they opted to use these instead. And that's a really good idea, because adding shoulder pieces will make this look really bulky.
Yeah, she already has shoulder pieces essentially, so it's good to...
So adding the pink here, it's great. And as for the Syandana, how do you feel about it?
I think it's like it's serving the same role that her back area already serves, essentially. I guess it's like putting the same piece of the same accessory over something that they get the same accessory twice almost.
She almost has like an upside down triangular shape with this animation set, so using this Syandana is fine, I think. And I like
how it looks. I like how it looks like directly from like the front and directly from the back. I think it's more like from the side you can see that she already has something similar going on with her, like just the base model.
Yeah.
So it's
that's what I mean about the upside down triangle shape.
I more meant like the like there's a back piece on her model that kind of pushes the Syandana out further than it otherwise would if she didn't have that. So like like to me, like you could have gone without the Syandana or used a different one that kind of doesn't already seem like it's a back piece, but it's fine. I don't think it's that bad.
Personally, I think it's fine. Yeah. Chest piece.
I don't think there is one.
I don't think there is one. I was searching for something.
She has so much going on there already that it makes sense to leave that empty. Yeah, I think there were a lot of good choices made regarding the attachments. Mostly because if you go too hard on attachments with Gara, it just ends up looking weird. Gara Prime anyway. Yeah, it just ends up looking wonky.
How do you feel about the contrast between the lightest color and the darkest?
I think it works here. I think it almost looks like the area that like looks black in some areas. It looks like it's like a dark brown, but I'm actually not 100%.
If it's a dark brown, I mean, I respect that choice because there's already brown in the glass.
Yeah, no, it's
like
perfect.
Like a mid-tone brown.
Yeah, whatever it is, it works really well with the rest of the colors. I think this is one of the most cohesive color palettes we've seen.
It's really easy to make red, gold, black, white look generic, but the fact that you added brown and pink makes it look non-generic.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I tell people a lot regarding stuff like this. It's like if you want to use that color scheme,
you have to do something else to make it.
Yeah, you can make it so much better and like unique and personalized just by changing the shades a bit. There's just so much you can do with that like baseline.
Yeah, this is a fantastic example, and I do think it does follow the theme of love. Like it kind of reminds me of like samurai and like pink flowers, like almost like a rose, like a rosy samurai almost.
It's looking good. Let's see what the operator or drifter looks like.
Yeah, I took a picture.
I think the only part
The
that really like
face is
seems cohesive
the
is
face
this
is sticking
the face
out.
part.
Yeah, the face is metallic is different.
Yeah, it's a different. It's like a different aesthetic than the rest of it, which is like an industrial, um, look. But then you also have the Umbra scarf, which is
I actually think it would look better if like if the metallic was the same as the rest. Like I
oh yeah,
think you
for
would
sure.
fit the theme.
I think the skirt looks, or like I guess like that area looks like it
Pauldron?
could.
Do they call it pauldron?
Not I don't think not if it's not if it's on the legs.
Look
It's
at
like a
look at this.
oh that's funny.
I like it.
Um. Yeah, I think there's just for me there's a lot of like aesthetic clash going on here that it's kind of
I think it's
throwing me off.
mostly in the top.
Yeah, it's the arm.
I think it's the top, but the bottom is fine. The bottom is fine because it kind of relates to the Gara with the whole samurai thing going on.
Yeah, it looks more samurai on the bottom area than
So
it does
it's like the
top.
bottom area and like the facial area. I probably would have changed this part, but I don't know because it's supposed to be matching, right? I don't know how I would fix that personally. Imagine if you could put a hat on.
You can somewhat. There are
Somewhat.
like hoods that have hats, but they don't look amazing.
Maybe I would have wanted to see this with the hood up. Maybe? I don't know. So I finished scoring the guard, but the drifter, I'm not. The drifter operator, I really like the shade of red with the gray and the darkest color. That looks really nice. Like if you just concentrate, like your if you just focus on this part, it looks really nice, especially with this hanging off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the floof hanging thing just has like a light pink. You see like the light pink coloring that's on it?
Mm-hmm.
It goes really well with the emissives, the light pink emissives that are already present in the attachments and like the top. I actually think it's pretty solid. It's just really bulky at the bottom. But that's how it's supposed to look.
Yeah, I might chew on this a bit more and change my scores later. This one's kind of hard to.
Let me take a picture of the operator. I'll tab correctly. Now, I did not take a good picture of the Gara. Oops. I'm probably gonna have you change back into Gara right now so I can take a proper picture. Thank you. Wait, I just have to make sure she's okay. right, we invited Carl. I really need to use the bathroom, so be right back.
Hope everyone's having a great Saturday. Yeah, I feel you on the tired. I've been going to bed at like 5 a.m. for the past week. But it is Saturday, so you could sleep. That is an option.
All right, I'm back. What's
She's
going
back.
on?
I was just talking about how much better Rapala is than everything.
Oh.
I was not. I should have though.
Thank you. I don't know. I was a big fan of that last color scheme on the previous entry.
That was really good. I like that a lot. I really like reds and browns together when they're like super cohesive and they look when the right shades are used. They just
Red and brown is really easy to make muddy.
Yeah, exactly. It's really easy to mess up. So I think it's when it's done well, it's like awesome.
So we have CarlAstrea up next. I don't know if Carl is ready. Red and brown are your faves? Yeah.
I was just going to say, like, Cold Scar does that really well.
Yeah, Cold Scar. Yeah, that was probably a good entry right there. Can't be too specific. Yeah, you just go in now. And I probably should start entering numbers into this graph. I don't know if Emer wants to help with that. Don't take the cohesion scores into mind. So, alright.
Ooh, it's a mag.
Yeah, it's a mag.
I'll put my biases aside for a bit. I love mag.
This dark purple is really nice.
I really like the metallic color used a lot. I think it works really well with the
Purple.
the dark the purple and the dark body. It's just, this is like hyper clean. Yeah, and like the dark purple in like on the body itself, like mixed with the black, and like in this skin has like uncolorable black channels, so you kind of have to work with them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're playing off of it really well. I think the attachments on the legs could probably go.
Yeah, Rivolite.
Yeah, Rivolite is just kind of not the best looking attachment in my opinion. I think you could afford to take it off of the chest and the legs, and either leave them completely blank or use literally anything else. The thing with Mag is that she has such a her frame is so like slight, and
it's like very slender, and
yeah, she's very slender.
Rivolite is like, it's like, as you could see at the top of Rivolite, it like sticks above her knee. Well, it's like sticks above her shins in such a way that, like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you just have to be careful about adding extra bulk to a frame like her that's already super, like, pretty thin. And
yeah, because her shoulder piece is like the shoulder piece that like comes with her it already looks nice. It's like,
yeah, it's already rounded like the rest of her is.
It's rounded, but the Rivolite is pointed outward. So you have all these parts, these metallic parts that are like going towards the going towards the center, but then Rivoli is going away. It's like going out. And I think it's sort of like, I understand, like, I understand it's supposed to go with the metallic pieces on her arms, but it's just the direction that it's pointed.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of being like cohesive, it kind of like goes against the flow. But
I get why it was used though.
yeah, I think the energy color on the helmet probably should have been more similar to the emissives. I think if it were like a lighter, like a more like pinkish purple on the helmet, that would really pop and look fantastic. Right now it's kind of like a bit too dark. And I think it could have really been like a centerpiece of the fashion. Like, it's like, wow, that helmet looks really great with the rest of the dark colors on the body.
Yeah, I do not mind the Protavire ephemera being present in this fashion. I think it was put in here to like get some energy color from the helmet, like more distributed throughout the frame.
Yeah,
I think that was the intention of adding Protavire ephemera.
I'm not a fan of the excess energy that's flowing around her.
Yeah, the beige color.
Yeah, it just doesn't go at all with the rest of the colors of the fashion. So I think I probably would have been fine without the ephemera.
I like the Syandana. The
Syandana
Syandana is just easy.
Yeah,
easy win right there.
That is 1000% my favorite Syandana. Period. So I won't like talk too much about it, but it is. I do like how the ephemera looks surrounding it.
Me too.
I think that looks sick.
Yeah, this looks sick right now.
So yeah, good use of like shapes there. So like having, yeah, good. I think overall, I like how the ephemera looks with the metallics and the energy, but I don't like the random beige energy that flows across.
Yeah, it's
her
hard
body.
it's hard to get rid of it though.
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
with my effects turned up. I think if you were to put this in a Captura, you just like turn the visual intensity just way below, and then it'd still work out.
If you do that, the energy color would probably lose some of its. Yeah, no, it would probably disappear on the purple.
Are there multiple rounds for this? No. No multiple rounds. The ephemera was to coat the helmet with an energy. I see. Well... It does add another color to the helmet.
Yeah, I guess I just don't like the color that was used for that, maybe.
I could respect it.
I think the ephemera offers enough outside of that I'm okay with it. I guess I just don't really like the energy that's flowing. Yeah, I think that, and then the color of the helmet, right, like making that lighter and giving it more of like a pinkish tone, similar to how the emissives look.
I like the purple that is behind the Rivolite, but the smoke that appears on her thighs, I don't prefer.
Yeah, that's literally, yeah, that's it.
I think that's what he was trying to say. Like, the smoke is just adding, like, if only you could keep the smoke in certain areas and then remove it in the rest, but
yeah, or just not have the smoke at all and just have the geometry and the metallics of the energy that the ephemera has. I would probably use it a lot more if that were the case.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the energy at all. But overall, this is a really good fashion. I like it a lot. And that's even outside of just liking Mag as much as I do. I think it's just well put together. And
I love the deep purple, like the plum purple.
Yeah, that's really, really nice. Good, great metallic choices, great colors that offset it. And yeah, I don't know. Good Syandana choice.
Yeah, it's just with the chest attachment and the leg attachments.
Yeah, and the attachments could
be improved. But the Syandana, good choice.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Let me take a picture of this. Yeah, there's only one. I don't know if you caught that, Lucy. There's only one round. Usually it'd be two, but since this is supposed to be a pairs thing, it might have been a bit much. Oh, you kind of separated the pairs. Yeah, only some are pairs and some are singular fashion, so that's a bit more complicated to situate. I would say that the pair counts as one person. The pair counts as one person and the rest are, you know, obviously one person. Still thinking about how I'd square this though. Mag.
I have mine. I'm waiting for the...
You should message AIMUH logarithm. Just give us one moment. Wait, did you score already, Flurp? The mag?
Yes.
Oh, you're just waiting to type it. Okay.
I'm waiting to send with the rest of them.
Okay. You could change into your operator or drifter now. I think I'll change my score. Alright, let's see. I really like the choice in the eye color. The eye color is pretty.
Yeah, that's nice.
The bluish tone that's on the silver like gray part, it goes well with the bronze. There's an interesting texture on the shoulders. I've never seen this top used on a drifter operator before. I kind of like it. The curry tails being pink.
I don't know if this looks like it matches up with the mag all that well. It's a good fashion on its own though. But I don't really see it as kind of matching up all that well with the colors or the motifs on the mag.
Yeah, it doesn't really match with the mag. The red emissive. I think it clashes. The red clashes with the rest of the frame.
That could have.
I mean, not
just
frame,
been
the operator drifter.
Yeah, that literally could have just been the could have been the same color as the tails, and it would have been fine.
Yeah, it could have been the same colors as tails and eyes, because the tails and eyes are matching.
Yeah, or if you wanted to match the mag, you could just. Or if you wanted to match the mag, you could have just made them the color that of mag's energy, and that would have been a really easy way to make them match up a bit more. I don't really see any of the red in the emissives in the tail. Not to that level of saturation anyway.
There's like a bit of blush on the face that it just matches with the bronze that's on the chest piece. Do you see
yeah,
that?
I see it.
It's like
yeah, I see it.
it's like a light blush. I think that's really nice. Oh, Sunny, thank you for the 5 gifted. Yudapunk, Godo, Tatsurion, Real Clownelius? I'm not sure how to say the first name though. Thank you. The red was supposed to match the pulsating red in the tails. Pulsating red in the tails.
Yeah, there's like a bit in there, but I don't. It's not nowhere near the level of like saturation as the
Yeah,
emissives.
I couldn't get that from the Yeah, it just seems like the missives have to be adjusted a little bit, or the tail itself, if you're trying to match them together. But as it is, I think the red should have been. I think it would look nice without the red, in general.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion. The different textures that I see going on in this, so it's nice. This gray, the part that looks gray over here, I don't like how I can't zoom in. Looks like actual clothing. I like that part. But it's pretty matte, and there's like a lot of shiny metallic pieces. I don't know, it's interesting. I think to bring more cohesion to this color scheme, I would have changed this this blue tinted, like this mid-tone of silver to be lighter.
It's like a purplish almost.
Yeah, it's almost bluish. It's like a bluish type of silver.
Yeah.
This mid-tone. I would have changed it to be a bit lighter just to match with the rest of the hair. But I understand that you're trying to do it because like there's the same color present near the bun. I guess what I'm saying is I would have liked to see a lighter color in this just to match with the lightest color in the hair. Because it's matching the color that's near her bun. Like those two colors match. Like the bodice of this. But yeah, I would have liked to see the lightest color that's here is present again. It's just so hard to reiterate what I'm saying, but I think you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I think even putting it in the emissives where the red is, like the same color as the hair, I think that would have really just sold it. Like either match the emissives with the tail completely with the light peachy pink, or just make it the same as the hair.
Yeah, that would have tied it together nicely.
Yeah. I was searching for some way to tie all of these colors together, and I think that's it.
Yeah, I think the emissives really are the one like big outlier here.
Yeah.
Unless you wanted to like, yeah, you could also change the kind of bluish accents if you wanted.
The bluish. I think they were trying to match it with this part over here, though, like the back
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, I can see it. I think that's fine.
Thought there was clipping back here, but it's not. You didn't think of doing the color the same as the hair? You should try that. Yeah. It's just the red. The red just clashes. I'm just gonna copy paste that because I pretty much agree with that scoring. So if you want to pose a little bit more for Emer, feel free to. It'll show up in the video if you choose to do so. A little wave. Now this is good. All right, we had one more entry after this, right? Cozy logarithm.
Yes.
All right, I'm just waiting for the okay from Emer, then we can move forward. I think you should, I guess, keep posing until he says it's okay. Can go? Okay, never mind. Alright. I think our last entry is here. This cozy logarithm.
Okay.
Thank you for entering, Carl. Chroma.
It is Chroma. He is here. So right off the bat, the ephemera kind of. Well, I guess it
matches the bulk. I think it actually looks good on Chroma. It's a matter of the shading, though.
Yeah, I think it could have been lighter to match the emissives some more. I think outside of that, the fashion is pretty much just black and red. And then yeah, the pink emissives.
I think it sells as like a Valentine's frame, if that makes any sense. But I think it could be more delicate in the shading of the red. The pink is nice. But I like the pink color.
I like the pink color of the emissives. I think
the emissives, not the ephemera.
Yeah, not the ephemera. The ephemera could have been adjusted.
Yeah, the hot pink in the ephemera is too bright. But the emissives with this black, it could turn out really nice. The black is a bit too neutral for me personally. I also don't like the I don't like the leg attachments as much.
Yeah, there's no real need for that. Chroma already has enough going on. Chroma Deluxe anyway has enough going on that you really don't.
I think they wanted to add more red to the bottom of it, but I just think it's messing with the silhouette of his legs, like the shape of his legs. It doesn't really match up because he has like these parts in the skin itself that are jutting out. It's a lot going on, but then you have like the door knocker prime is what I like to call these. The door knockers that are just here.
I think if you wanted to use red on this, then you probably could have used a less saturated red. Maybe make it a little bit lighter if you wanted. I think overall it's just
blocks of color right now. The red is a block of color. It's that's what it's coming across as.
Yeah, there's not much cohesion in the fashion overall or the colors overall. It's kind of just there's black and then there's red and then
they're just like straight shades, but you could do a lot with the skin actually, because this as far as I know, I have a fashion with the skin. It's really easy to color it in such a way that there's like an obvious gradient going on, which is what I would have liked to see if you're using the skin. I do like the sigil choice. The sigil is nice. But because of the red color that is behind it, this heart is being lost. this heart is being lost. And because the ephemera is like sort of covering it too, like it's hard to see it as well, but you could see it's a heart. I like your choice in not using a shoulder attachment, of course, because this skin already has a lot of bulk going on. I like that you use emblems instead. But again, the bright pink, it's standing out a bit much. Sometimes you could opt to use a cyan Donna on this, but it's really easy to make it look bad with a cyan Donna. But you can use one with the skin.
Yeah. Because yeah, he has like a built-in signed on essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's... I don't know, you remove a lot of dimension in the skin by just using the black color over and over again, because there's a lot of regions in the skin that are able to be colored. Like I said, these little things that stick out that are red, that you colored red, it's very easy to get a gradient there. But does it say love? What do you think?
We'll have to see the we'd have to see the other half of it.
But on this frame alone, I would say,
I mean,
it's sort of close.
I don't know what theme I would think of when I just looking at it like baseline. Like I don't get.
I think the flowers.
Love or Valentine's really.
I personally do. I personally get love from it, but it's just a matter of the shades.
Yeah,
they're not very delicate. It's like a very loud love. If anything,
to me, it looks like black and red, and it has the flower ephemera on it, and I guess the heart sigil. I feel like yeah, I feel like there's no, I guess, nuance.
Yeah.
To the attempt at the theme.
I do like the choice of the skin though. Like if you're gonna do a chroma skin, this has like a lot of fun shapes that are decorative, and it could look really pretty with the theme. The missive is basically the missive is really nice.
I'm interested to see the operator.
Yeah, I don't know. You could add more depth to this for sure, just by adjusting the shades. You could keep this color scheme. It's just a matter of adjusting.
Well, the thing is, we saw this we saw a black red type of color scheme done, I guess twice, or I guess 3 times if you count both entries in one of the previous ones, but done 3 times in
different ways, and it looks really
different
nice.
And tasteful ways that you could absolutely apply here.
Yeah. Let me take a picture of this, and if you want to do any poses right now, feel free to. It'll show up in the video. So, just do some poses. Some animations while I screen cap this. What's up, Snobminess? Alright, let me know when you're ready, Emer. Ready to switch to operator? Alright. You can switch to operator or drifter now. So right off the bat, I wish you used this dark pink color on your chroma originally.
Okay, should we just ignore the sigil then? We could just pretend it's not there if you didn't mean to have it that color.
Your sigil color messed up. Aw. Yeah, right off the bat, I wish you used this color on your Warframe. Because it actually looks really nice with the black. And so does the hot pink. I think if you use this color instead of the red, like this very deep purplish pink on chroma, it would pop off instead of the red, the bright red that you used.
Yeah.
Because it actually looks good with the light pink energy. Actually looks really good. What I would suggest, though, is having a bit more variance in, I guess, this darkest shade, this black shade. I would have liked to see, you just, like, if you're gonna stick to, like, a monochromatic, like, black look with just, like, one accent color, there's some things you could do to make it look multi-dimensional.
Yep.
Which is just, like, using varying shades of black instead of, you know, copying it over and over again. Seems, attachments back here. No attachments in the back. There's, like, one big one over here.
Yeah, on the left.
Yeah, the left.
Yeah, I think just adding more colors to this, or like you said, kind of just messing with the shades a bit, would go a long way.
One,
Because
two,
right now it's
three.
just kind of,
There's, like, 3 shades of pink, but there's, like, 1 shade of black.
yeah.
Like, to me, that's, like, the issue here.
It might have needed like another color to bridge it a bit more.
The bottom of the hair matches with, like, the center. Like, this looks like a shirt.
Yeah, looks like wearing like a jacket over a pink shirt.
Yeah.
I actually like the ephemera.
Yeah, the ephemera is nicely done here. Usually, ephemeras will get in the way of a fashion, but I like it here. Yeah, I would just work on the shades of black.
Yeah.
When the shade of black is too dark, it creates these pixelated lines. Like, on the edge of, like, where texture is supposed to be. And I think that's my main problem with it. With using the darkest black that you could use. I advise people to not go that route because it does that. It creates these really bright lines that are very hard to ignore. When it's supposed to be blending in, it just makes it stick out. Let's see. Kind of a shame for the sigil, honestly. Actually, I could give a bit more points on the cohesion because the theme of like using these clothing types. I think it looks a little bit like a dragon.
I think that the face mask definitely works for that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the points I allocated were for that.
Like the point that's on the shoe. I don't know. Alright, so I'm gonna take a picture of this. Feel free to pose. If you want to retake this and try to fix your sigil, I'll allow you to do that right now because I'm gonna be working in the spreadsheet. Okay. So I think we're done scoring. We could finalize our scores right now. You could relook at the entries, Purple, and you could see if you need to change any scores. For me personally, I'm gonna be looking over these. And for now, you guys, everyone who's still here, who's part of the entrance, you could line up over here. You could line up over here in front of this for a group picture. Mythic, thank you for the Prime Gaming sub. So I would like everyone who entered to line up in the back. Probably it's a dojo sync bug, yeah. You could rescore some entries, Purple, relative to everything that we saw here today. I would suggest doing that.
I'm looking over all of them together. Honestly, I don't know if I would change much. I think maybe this one.
Because there's a first place, a second place, and a third place. But ideally, hello, one and only. Alright, let's look over today. I mean, the entrance today. We're gonna be seeing less because some people were singular entries, but yeah, you could rescore based on, I guess, we should come to a conclusion because there are different scores for cohesion. And of course, people who actually tried partnering up, I believe, should get props. But it's also really hard to pull off single entries. Because in my opinion, Purple, the ones who entered single entries, the cohesion of those should weigh more. You know what I mean? Because they had control over both of the fashions.
Right. But I also do think that it's harder to coordinate two people to be
Yeah, that's why I think for the cohesion, for the pairs, it should be more forgiving.
Gotcha. That's fair.
Yeah, I think it should be more forgiving towards the people who are pairing Warframes, and the people who did single entries should be, I guess, penalized harder on cohesion since they have control over both. That's how I think it should go.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but that's the... They are locked to Operator and Drifter, but that's like the price you have to pay for not finding a partner, you know? You know what I mean? It's a love contest. It's like a love theme contest.
Wow, you're punishing people for being alone on Valentine's Day. You are cruel. I know Valentine's Day is over.
Yeah, it's a price. Because if you happen to place high with Operator and Drifter, you get more plat for yourself.
Right.
Because right now, it's starting to look like the Urelli and the Hydroid are like... They're starting to stand out. Who's this? You didn't have this Citrine entry here.
Yeah. I saw those guys hanging around. Did we miss someone? Did someone not enter that meant to?
I think they're just watching, but you know...
Okay, well, fair play. Good fashions.
I mean, they look nice.
Yeah.
You did find a partner, but they couldn't make it. Yeah, understandable. Oh, and let me know if you're changing any of the scores so, like, you would post it in the group chat so we could update it.
I have access to the sheet, so I just changed one score. And everything else is fine.
So, with the first, second, and third, let me repost our entries. And you could tell me if you're comfortable or, like, awarding those first, second, and third.
Mm-hmm.
Did I post pictures for Antrebic and Masterslay?
Which ones were those? Those were the,
Oh gosh, I should really label better. Who are the, Wait, can Kuma step up with the entry? I need a refresher. Because I don't think I photographed that one pretty well. Where's Kuma? Oh, this was Kuma. Okay. Kuma. Oh, you're labeling the people in the pictures.
what, in the messages?
Yeah, you're labeling. That is something I forgot to do. I was just posting the entries without any names. Have the winners been decided yet? Not yet. Just give us one moment, guys. All right. Okay, I think I agree with these placings too. Well, you're in agreement with the first and the second. The first being this and the second being that. I think personally I'm a little bit more iffy on the placing of between first and second. Pretty much because I guess the theme wise.
Right.
I think the colors make me think about Love more than the other one. But the other one had better shades.
Yeah, I think for me it was more like, I guess it ended up being more of like a couple theme, or like a making two fashions as coherent as possible and look like they belong together.
Oh yeah.
More so than like making
Actually,
it
no,
match like.
I could agree with your reasoning on that.
Yeah, that's where I was coming from.
For
so I
me,
wasn't really. Yeah,
it's like first and second are kind of interchangeable depending on how you're interpreting it.
yeah, I could see that. I did
Yeah.
for the second one I did deduct points for like certain cosmetic choices, um, that I didn't really feel like, and I didn't really feel like the first had any glaring ones. So that was my main reasoning.
Okay. So, okay, coming in third place, we have DaJMCity. The DaJMCity. Could sit on this pedestal over here. And I will give away one like honorable mention, by the way. We could probably decide this like also as well. You could tell me who you would nominate personally for
Okay.
a fourth place, which is basically an honorable thing.
Gotcha. The two people on the far right that did not enter. I'm kidding.
So yeah, third is DaJMCity. I don't know if they're here. They might have had to leave. Ark is here? Okay, so Ark's theirs.
Yeah, the Garuda.
Garuda, you could stand on the third place platform. Okay, thank you. Second goes to Hydromaniac. Hydromaniac. So that is a singular entry. You should be getting double the prize. First place goes to Commodus with the Varuna and the Drifter Fashion. And we're gonna be nominating us, I don't know who you want to pick.
I would nominate the Ureli and the Hydroid.
Me too.
Personally.
I agree with that. So the one that actually I think looks like an actual couple, which will be getting a separate plat prize, would be the Ureli and the Hydroid, which is Liger and Noellebot.
Yeah, I think if you go purely based on like Valentine's Day and like the feeling of like, oh, these two like make sense together, they look like they would have a good time on the town on Valentine's Day, looking like they're dressing like that annoying like matching couple. They definitely that is them.
Yeah. So Ureli and Hydroid, you should join the stage. That isn't a placing prize. It's like a separate prize, I guess. What's up, Tengri? I don't know how to say your name. Wait, are they there? Yumi and...
Are you alive?
Yumi and Liger get a separate prize.
Oh, they're moving.
Yeah. I would say next to the right of third. But on stage 2. So I could get that going. Be like right over here. So we chose these placings because we believe that the shades were like done pretty well. They had less flaws than the rest. These are all really good entries. There's a lot of work on the shades for the most part, and attachments. But I do like these placings this time around. There are plenty of contests where I was like, oh, I don't know. Maybe I should have scored it differently, but I actually agree with this.
Yeah, I'm liking these. And I think I think they're all doing different things differently that make them all like effective entries for different reasons.
Yeah. But for sure, the special mention does look like more like the most like love, so it won't be like a 4th place prizing, but just a fair amount.
You get a little something.
Yeah. And for judges, today I am a judge. Of course, I've been judging every contest. The co-judge is PurpleFlurp, who's also running a Captura contest. You can join his Discord. And yeah, these are our fashions. Oberon and Anuva. Yeah, congrats to everyone. I wish I could give everyone rewards this time around, but this was such a big prize pool. And it was special because it was 2 years of fashion.
Yeah, there's some really good entries. I enjoyed looking at them with my eyes, and they were all very nice.
The #1 dude fashion isn't original, is it? It is original for different reasons. Mostly because this is a void shell fashion. And the way that they matched with their operator and drifter was done really well. As well as their choice in shoulder attachments. Like, you might want to say stuff about like, oh, the color scheme, but I would actually disagree with it being, I guess, non-original, because it is. I've seen void shell fashions for Runa go really wrong. I've seen people mess up the leg attachments as well.
Yeah, there are choices outside of just the color shades that are working for it here.
Yes.
The fact that the color shades are pretty relatively safe is like almost like it's
That's definitely secondary. It's like not even relevant
yeah,
at this point.
it's excusable because everything else is just working super well towards the
Yeah.
overall look.
With the Mugi Prime leg plates, there are these two color regions over here. Like, I think it was a good choice to make that more solid instead of differing from each other, because if you copy the colors over, it's just not gonna look very clean. It's gonna be duotoned right over here, but I like their choice in just making that one solid color, basically. But it's not exactly one solid color. They're two shades that are close to each other. And for this as well. So there is a such thing as being safe in your choices, but again, there are plenty of ways to make quote-unquote generic color schemes just look really unique.
Amen.
And since this was also a duo contest, it is very hard to pull off. It's very hard to match with your drifter and operator, but you think it did it pretty well. So 2 solo entries won. It looks much like various demons for Runa Fashion shared in the Warframe community hub.
I mean, I can look at that. I mean,
yeah, let's look at
oh,
it.
Oh no, it's if it's the one that the one that he posted that was like a fashion showcase, then no, they don't look anything alike. The materials used are completely different, and the colors as well.
Oh, yeah. Even so, like, I highly doubt Koma had such intentions. I think I know what fashion you're talking about.
I'm looking at it right now. It looks totally different.
Yeah.
Both are very good.
I think it looks different as well. I like, there's barely any. Plus, this is a duo contest. They are judged based off of their operator drifter look if it is a solo entry. So even then, like, a lot of points were scored that way. Okay, I had made this before you known about that. Yeah, it's kind of easy to make similar colored fashions as someone else.
It happens all the time.
It happens a lot. And unless there are like multiple cases of the person like copying someone's colors, like, I don't think it should be a bigger deal. It kind of depends on like the timing, etc. And this contest was announced of, I guess, 2 months in advance. This contest has been in the works for 2 months, because I let everyone know that the 2-year anniversary is coming up, and it's always a Valentine's or love-centered theme. And Koma has been part of the Discord community for a while, so he had a lot of time to plan this. But yeah, I just thought I should say something about that.
Good stuff. I also like the it's worth talking about how good the Gara was. How good the shades are.
The shades are just really nice on this one. Honestly. Just the fact that this is a 2,000 plat contest instead of a 1,000 plat contest. They're already making as much plat as they would from the other contests. It's a special this time, so it's 2,000 plat. Oh yeah, oh no, I know Zen. I'm just saying, like, yeah, we do have the other fashion in mind, but it doesn't look the same. Yeah. There are different concepts. You could share color schemes, but you could pull it off differently.
The amount of like people like saying like, "Oh yeah, you stole my fashion," or like you stole my Captura, like going on recently. It's like I'm like on a hair trigger with stuff like that too.
Yeah, did like... did third place steal from second place? Like, you could argue like You could argue like they're using pink, red, gray, light gray.
Shameful. Truly. No, I think all these submissions are cool in their own unique special ways.
Yeah. I will be doing plat trades. If you're on a different platform, you have to wait a little longer because basically I give your name to DE.
Well, I've got to head off now.
Yeah. Thank you for judging, by the way.
Thank you for having me. This was really fun. I enjoyed this a lot.
Let me give you a shout out though. Shout out PurpleFlurp. So there's gonna be a different contest that's gonna be ran by him. It's a Captura contest. If you guys join this Discord server, which you could post in chat.
Yeah, I'll do that again. Yeah, it's a tournament structure. So
it's tournament structure. There's some secret judges that are judging on it, and you'll be able to get live feedback, much like this contest, after it's over. So if you really want to improve on Captura, be sure to enter, because the server also is useful to be in, even if you're not entering, because
yeah,
you guys
we
gotta
try
look
really
at
hard to help. Yeah, we try really hard to help out people who are like just starting out or need help workshopping shots and just want to get better at the medium. So anything like that, or if you just want to hang out, talk to people who play Warframe and do fashion stuff.
Yeah, sometimes I join the calls too, so yeah.
Yeah, we also do submissions sometimes in the server, so if you're looking for a community.
Yeah. He has a community too. And he has some really good works. Like this time around I recruited a judge, and they're actually really cracked at fashion.
Thanks.
Super cracked. They have an Instagram too. Link your Instagram.
Okay, I'll link my card.
Just so you guys know how credible this second judge is.
I'm blushing. You can't see, but it's happening.
Yeah, that is your second judge, guys. So, I do hope you guys enjoyed watching this. This was my first time doing live feedback. I'm sorry if it's not perfect, but I think we were able to help anyway. The point of feedback is to help you guys. So even if I was messing up wording, I'm sure there was an idea. But yeah, thank you once again, Purple. This is
thanks
almost
for having me.
5 hours of the time. So.
Yeah, this is a while, but I came in prepared for it, and it was definitely fun to see everyone's fashion and comments on it. I hope people got something out of the feedback. I know it was.
Yeah, this was our first time actually giving live feedback. So, yeah.
Good practice for the tournament stream.
Yes, I think it was much needed.
Yeah, for sure. I needed to grease the wheels, I guess. All right. Well, thanks for having me. I'll see you guys later.
Thank you for judging. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, I think I could put my overlay now. Hello. Let me put my music back on. It's so weird playing without music. Let me do some trades, guys. What did I take? Oh, shit! Oh no, what do I do with this? Where to... Oh my god. Anyways, I'm gonna be doing my trades, okay? Everyone who's PC, I will be doing my trades. Guys, do you want to vote on a new... Do you want to vote on a new... Okay. Can I get some feedback from you guys? Do you guys like live commentary? Do you not like it? Because when there's live commentary, it makes things go a bit slower. It makes things go a bit slower. And you get to hear a voice other than mine. There's no music in the background. But with other contests, you usually did not get feedback. You only got scores and that's it. We tried to be as constructive as possible. For me, it was a bit hard to put into words sometimes, so... sorry for my first time doing it. It was hard for me to put into words what I wanted to convey. But we all want you guys to improve, and also because, like, I'm affiliated with Purple's community, it would be nice to get some entrants from this contest into his, so you guys could improve even more. You guys could improve even more for Captura and in-game fashion. I think there's a lot of benefit to entering both, so, but you don't have to. Yeah, it'll go quicker as we improve at commentating, but this also means that I have to be a bit more discerning in terms of the judges that I pick, because not everyone is comfortable with live commentary. I don't know what I should do about that. Hello, served? Thank you. So yeah, let me see, contest. So first place gets 500 and 500.